Hey, what is up, my fellow collectors, collecting crew, or just a crew? How you doing? What is up? This is April 20th, 2025. So happy Easter and or happy Smoke Day to all of you that celebrate it. May your eggs be plentiful and your buds be plentiful. If you don't celebrate either of those, just happy Sunday. It's happy Sunday to you all. It's a good day over here in the west coast of the United States. Feeling pretty good. Woke up in a good mood today. Looking forward to a good show. This should be fun. Got a great panel today. Interesting and figures and good discussion to be had. That's coming your way. This is episode 28 of Figure Lowdown. As usual, for those of you that aren't aware, this is a stream/video series where we talk about figures of multiple scales, mostly 1/6, 1/12, no 1/18 in this one, but sometimes I'll put those in there. Sometimes some 7-inch, 1/10. Kind of just varies, but this one mostly will be 1/6 and 1/12, and we got a interesting set of figures to discuss. So I'm looking forward to this discussion. But with that, as usual, timestamps will be in the description below. After the stream, I'll put those in there for your all convenience. So feel free to jump around, highlight, watch whatever figures you might be interested in, as well as the links to my panel social media. So IG, Facebook, or YouTube channels if they have one. Also, friends of the channel section, be sure to check that out because some of those links may be already in there. Their YouTube channels are in there as well. Show them some love. These guys do some work. They put in some work just like me, and and more so actually than I do. Reviews and other videos and shorts. So show them some love. And if you appreciate their content, be sure to either like, subscribe their stuff, or just share it because I'm sure they would definitely appreciate that. But with that, speaking of my panelists, let's go ahead and bring them in. Returning to the stream, we got Blue Tattoo and Michael Elliott. Gentlemen in the house,
Yo.
What is going on?
How's it going? Happy Sunday.
What's going on?
Thanks for having me.
Yes, what's going on? Yeah, of course,
Happy
man. Thanks for joining.
420, everybody. Happy 420.
Yeah. Happy Smoke Day.
Happy 420.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Smoke if you got them. For medicinal purposes, of course. Yeah. For medicinal,
Have that prescription.
Yeah. Or that card. Yeah.
Yep.
Height restrictions.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. And first time to the channel, and not only the stream, but to the channel, we got two new panelists here that I'm grateful for having, and they were able to join today. We have Tijuana Mike, a.k.a. King Churro, and Equan in the house. Gentlemen, what is up, man?
Hello.
Excellent.
Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy
Fantastic.
Sunday, man. Yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to join us. Like I was staying backstage. I know this is obviously we mentioned Easter or holiday for a lot of people who celebrate. Equan especially. Man, thank you again in advance for coming through and spending this time with us because it is your birthday today. So
right.
show him some love if you haven't already on Facebook.
Happy birthday,
yeah,
dude.
this guy he's spending his time with us here on the stream. Not only is it a holiday, it's his birthday. So Equan, man, much love, man. Thanks for coming out. Much love to you. Happy birthday to you. So I don't have a drink now, but cheers. I'll drink one for you later. Salud.
Yeah. Puff, pass.
Oh, sorry. I was doing my birthday celebrations yesterday with the family, and then today we do the whole Easter egg hunt, church, blood of Christ stuff, and since I live in the city, so on the way back, I hit up the usual places like the Firehouse Sub, Buffalo Wild, all those places to get like my free birthday wings, sandwich, cookies, Auntie Anne's, all that stuff.
Good Lord.
Hell yeah.
Feast
later
on, I guess. So
Get all the freebies.
Yeah,
no wonder those IMAX seats are too small.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why they have to redo it's a small world at Disney because it can't hold, the weight capacity every year.
Right on.
Did you fill up though on all those free gifts from those restaurants? Did that
no, I just left them. No, because they give us food at church, so they're just in the kitchen for the family to snack on throughout the day. Because later on, we're gonna watch WrestleMania Part 2. So
Nice.
I guess we'll have something to snack on during that time.
Oh yeah,
Do,
for sure.
do you act like you got to go to the restroom when they start passing the plate?
When they they do. You know what?
tidings or
sometimes I'll be like, oh, cash. But now they have those things you can swipe with your credit card.
Oh, do they?
Chip swipes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So,
I didn't
yeah,
know
Wow,
that.
they
get away
like
with
take
that,
Apple
yeah.
Pay, Venmo,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
PayPal.
take everything. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the
scan
guy
your
with the
chip
plate
on the credit
stealing all
card,
the
so,
numbers and stuff.
everything. They got everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
Yeah.
no cash doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah. Well,
You know, they're hijacking
Yep.
all of the numbers, all
I
of
didn't
the
know that
numbers
one.
that they scan, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, nice. I didn't know that. Well,
Interesting.
Got to make money somehow.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure. Like Michael was mentioning backstage, this is a stream where we have collectors who dabble in both Hot Talk. I go over that's where we discuss hot toys. This stream is discusses figures outside of Hot Toys in 1/6 scale, and then outside of Hasbro on the 1/12 scale side. And so I know there's not too many of those types of streams out there. And because it's not as popular. Some people who only focus on one scale, which is of course everyone's preference, right? They have their their own cup of tea. But Michael was mentioning there's not too many of us who dabble in both, and so glad to see this panel here. Is I for the most part, I think all of us do dabble in both the bigger and the smaller scales, the 1/6 and 1/12. Blue, I know you mostly focus on 1/6, but you have some 1/12. You used to dabble in the McFarlane earlier in your collection. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm glad to see this panel here. So for those of you watching, we definitely walk the walk. We collect on both scales as far as I know. Equan as well, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I do. I collect all the scales because really my collections are with comics and then figures like 6-inch and then 6 scale and then statues. And now I do all of them. Less comics though.
Gotcha. Yeah. What do you have on your wall there? I mean, you have quite the display
Oh,
there.
I got so I just have a couple of like vintage TMNT, like the turtles are original, and then some of the villains are more like reprints. The reissues they have.
Oh, yeah.
So they have some of those. So I'm trying to get as many like all the original characters, and then right now I don't have a display space because I just moved and I just ordered my watch cases.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna have to wait for like another half a year. So I got my Street Fighter figures, my WWE figures, and stuff like that I eventually want to open once I have the display all set up. So that's what I'm working on for now.
Okay, nice. And real quick, I think you're frozen on my end.
Frozen.
Is it?
Frozen?
Equan?
Frozen,
Yeah. I mean, it's a good photo there because you're just like, bam, your wall, and then you with the good smile. So,
Yeah, actually, you look like you're on board the Titanic.
Yeah.
The Titanic. What the hell?
We're-
An
yeah.
enclosed room.
It looks like it's here's a Navy term. It looks like
There you go.
It's listing a bit. Get it?
Listing.
Listing. That means it's tilting a little to the side there, buddy.
Can you hear me a little bit though? I mean, you can hear me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we
but
can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can hear you clearly, but we can also see the water coming in from that breach in the bulkhead. You better get off of that shit, pal.
There's no water, yeah. There you go. You seem to be okay now. Actually,
Okay.
yeah, nice.
You're buoyant. You're buoyant.
Yeah. So fellow turtle collector, nice. And we'll go over this later on in the stream when we kind of everyone plugs their channel. But you can find Equan on Collecting Weekly on Small Talk. So that's where I usually see Equan there. So I know he was definitely a fellow 1/12 scale collector. And then TJ, Mike, and Equan, I know you guys are also supporters of the channel. I see you guys in the chats, so definitely appreciate that. Just want to say up front, appreciate all the support and seeing you guys in the chat and engaging with there. So it's good to have you here now on camera and joining me on the panel.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So with that, let me address. Speaking of chat, I can't forget the chat. Where it all started for me. Gotta show some love to the chat. We have S Beam in the house, Superior Beam, another regular who's not working on, who is regular to the stream. Thanks for coming through, Beam. Hopefully you're having a good day so far. My good sir. Yeah, happy 420 says. Yeah, happy 420.
Yeah, baby.
Jose Plus in the house. Yeah, hola, happy 420 Easters. He says, yeah, happy 420 Easters, Jose. And I will plug something that he has coming up that I will be featuring featured guest on later on after the social. Stick around and I'll plug that. Some of you may know what that is, but yeah, he has a stream that he does on 1/6 Fixes channel coming up. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Geo, the
well.
movie canon in the house. Geo,
Yeah.
Morning Collector says, waiting to watch Sinners this Easter. Happy Easter, all. Yeah,
Nice.
man.
How
I know we were
great.
talking about this in the chat, but yeah, I saw that last night. And great movie, man. I loved it. I want to go
Good?
see it again,
All
actually.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
No spoilers, but I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So yeah, enjoy Geo. Movie canon. Hopefully you like it as well, but no worries. I
Yeah.
know it may not be it for everybody. Let's see here. Mitchell Lawrence, also regular of the show. Appreciate your support, Mitchell Lawrence. Thank you for coming through. So what's happening? What is happening with you, good sir? Hopefully you're doing well as well. And of course, Dorth Profi in the house.
Darth
Profesoro, yo fellows, happy Easter.
Mario.
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 Thanks for coming through, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, he may have some news as well later on, but I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll let him announce whatever he's got to announce
Who?
on his own time there. Darth Profi, Mario.
Oh, really?
Yeah, streaming wise. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh,
man.
All right. So let's see here. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Figure in the bubble, doing double duties. Appreciate you, good sir. Thanks for engaging with the chat. Hey, kids. Hi, kids. Do you like violence? Do you want me to see? I don't want to finish that. As well as Equan. Thanks, Equan. Engaging in the chat as always. Thanks for all of you. Any of you who keep the chat going. Feel the burn in the house.
Feel the
Robert,
burn.
what is going on, my guy?
Ooh.
Well.
Feel the
Hello, gents.
burn.
Happy Easter. Hopefully you're feeling better. Feel the burn.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're still
you know
recovering.
something? I
What's
don't
up?
think I don't think I've streamed with Phil DeBurn yet. I just miss him every time.
Are you sure?
Did
At
I?
all? I thought you have before. Not here, at least on my stream. No.
On your stream, did I? Oh, okay. There's so many new folks rolling in, man. It's almost hard to keep a hold track of these guys now.
Yeah, I love to see it, man. Love to see it. More
Yeah.
voice of the community.
Oh, absolutely.
What were you gonna say, Blue?
Oh, nothing. Man,
Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go. All right, with that. Oh, one just popped in here. Of course, the legend,
of
12-inch
course.
Moose stream is hell. Moose. Hello, community connectors. Happy Easter. Just back from Walmart. Yeah, from Wally
That's
World.
the Walmart,
Yeah.
Also, another fellow multiple scale collectors is where I scored a 6-inch McFarlane. Do you want pics, Jay? If you can, if you have time. If we have time at the end, I'll show them when we kind of go around the clock. Remind me though, and I will post those up. Towards the end of the stream here when we have time, or if we have time there. But thanks, Moose. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Hopefully you're having a good day as well. All right, here we go. First up, we got our first fighter of the stream here. Let me bring him in. So I gave my thoughts on this before on speaking of the movie canon stream when he brought that up and I was a guest on his stream. We talked about this. And yeah, I was just excited for this one. So first on the 1/6 scale side, we have Frank Dukes from Bloodsport. This is Caustic Plastik / Infinite Studio. So there were 3 versions, right? Standard, deluxe, and exclusive. The exclusive is already sold out. So hopefully for those of you who were able to grab it, you were able to grab that. But I'll go over the differences here in a second. So the prices, as usual, when I give the prices a range, they kind of vary. The lower end includes tax. Includes shipping. Doesn't include shipping. The higher end of the range does include shipping. So keep that in mind. Of course, shop around as always. Links in the description below for the figures already that we're going to be talking about. So if you just want to use those for reference, again, just for reference, definitely shop around. Encourage always shop around, find a good deal for yourself. But so the standard version is it's €279. So that's 317 USD to 465 USD. And that was as of yesterday. Obviously, the conversion rate fluctuates. The US dollar isn't doing too well, I think, last I checked. So keep that in mind. So that's a standard. The deluxe is €361, which is about $411 to $502 USD. And then the exclusive was €394, so about $448 USD. So look, I'll go over this picture here for reference to show what the standard, deluxe, and exclusive comes with. So the standard comes with this main head sculpt you see here on the photo on the left and the right. So that's the head sculpt only the one head sculpt that comes with the standard, and his just his shorts, his kind of tight boxer brief type shorts that he has. Mm-hmm. None of the gis that you see here, that doesn't come with it. It's just a this right here. So this setup minus the screaming head sculpt. So this body and these shorts / trunks are what come with the standard. In the deluxe, add in this bruised head here on the left in this box here. Add that head sculpt and the red gi and the black pants that you see here on the bottom. So that comes with the deluxe. And then the exclusive, throw in this screaming head sculpt, which is here. Throw that in with the blue gi that he has here on the left here on this body. And those items come with the exclusive. In addition, I think the box is supposed to have some special artwork. I believe Fabio of Caustic Plastik had said. And so aside from that, everything else is the same. You get all these hands, which is, let's see, 10 interchangeable hands, 2 pairs of feet. So we'll see. I didn't notice the feet, but apparently you get 2 pairs of feet here with all versions. And a specialized medical silicone custom body, right? So in an interview, Fabio with Caustic Plastik had said that this body was going to be their own engineered Caustic Plastik engineered body. They're not using a TB League. They're not using a Phison. They're doing medical grade silicone. So that's, as far as I know, top of the line, top grade silicone. That's supposed to be long. It's supposed to have some longevity, right? And durable, from what I understand. But yeah, so because of that, you know, it is a little more on the pricier side compared to some other 1/6 scale figures. But yeah, let me go through some of these photos here. Like I mentioned on the movie Canon stream, I'm excited for this one. I love Bloodsport, man. I this movie growing up, I watched it multiple times, and it was just, to me, it seems like it's come back, and I had a resurgence. I've been watching a lot recently, mostly because of the music. There's a person on Instagram, Corey64. He kind of does like covers and versions of retro songs from the 80s or from 80s movies or video games or 90s, anything with like synth music. He does covers those. He has his display where he has keyboards and everything set up, and yeah, a big fan of his stuff. And so he did a couple to Bloodsport on some of the songs there, and yeah, then it got me into the soundtrack, and I've been listening to the soundtrack recently, and I just started watching the movie again. I actually had it on the background while I was prepping for this, just listening to it. And yeah, man, I love the music even more so now. But yeah, I just can't get enough of this movie right now. It came back full circle. I'm hyped.
Was this his first movie? I'm trying to remember back. I watched it, but many years ago.
This is his first mainstream movie where he was like the actor, like the main actor. Yeah, he was in a movie prior to this called No Retreat, No Surrender, where he was a villain, and that actually got him this role. Like, because they had seen him in that movie, they asked him to be the star in this one. And yeah, obviously the rest is history. Yeah, very inspirational movie.
Caustic Plastik.
Yeah, Caustic Plastik / Infinite Studios. Some websites have it as Infinite. Infinite Statue. Is it Infinite Statue or Infinite Studio? I think it's Infinite Statue, right?
Statue, and collectible.
Yeah. So you might have to look in either or Caustic Plastik or Infinite Statue. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this. I know, you know, the prototypes, the head sculpts don't look 100%, but I have faith just looking at Caustic Plastik's previous releases. Their Toshiro Mifune and their what was the other one that just released? Oh, they're Chuck Norris, the Braddock Missing in Action. Those finals looked good, and so I have. I'm optimistic that these will come out good as well, but if not, I might have to see what the final looks like and cross that bridge when I come to it. If I want to, cancel, or if I just am still feeling it enough to where I want to keep it. But it also comes with this base here. You can see this base that says Bloodsport there on the bottom.
Nice.
I can't see. It looks like there's dragons actually sculpted on it here on the left and the right, which is awesome, right? That looks sick. I didn't notice that.
I like
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how the base has the typical crotch grabber with the what is it, that U-shaped crotch grabber?
Oh yeah,
black, but it fits into a seal. What is it, like a clear peg or something? Is that what do you think it is?
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Blends it. Okay, that seems pretty interesting.
Oh yeah,
but the first thing I noticed is when you on the first photo, it looks like he's got that interbase sweat technology around his eyes. Did you notice?
Oh yeah,
it looks a little. Sweaty,
I did. Yeah,
especially that photo. So it looks like
you can see the glistening.
Yeah. So that's pretty
Yeah.
nice. They're adding those nice little glistening touches to it to make it a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Honestly, I haven't heard anything bad about like any bad figures come out of this company as of yet. Like I've
Same.
heard just positive thing for each release so far.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
That's
why I'm optimistic. Yeah, because they kind of have that track record, right? And I know sometimes as newer companies that come out with these figures that we haven't heard of before. With the companies, anyways, we're kind of a little skeptical, a little hesitant, and rightfully so. But this, they obviously, again, in an interview, Fabio had mentioned that he's been in the game for making figures. I think he said for like 20 years in that interview with Six Scale Mafia. And so, so I think he knows his stuff. So yeah, I have hopes. I have faith that this will at least come out decent. And but either way, yeah, I'm a major, like I said, a major fan of this. And to your point, Equan, speaking of how he looks, I was watching. I have this on 4K, of course, and so I was watching the documentaries. And there was one where the cinematographer was saying that he wanted to make him look like he was like always like hot, like internal body temperature hot, and like kind of somewhat sweating and glistening. And so he upped the exposure on the on his cameras to kind of make it show like that sweat and that glistening effect on his body. And you can tell, you look in most of the scenes, he does like he's always sweating. So I think that was probably intentional here. They translated to the figure, to your point though. So good catch on that. Yeah.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, Kaustic Plastik has a history, so they're good. I hope they do work on that. I mean, particularly, I'm not a Bloodsport fan, or should I say, I'm not a Van Damme fan. Although, just like everybody else, I grew up with him, but he never was really one of the guys that I really got into. Around this time, I probably was more into Seagal or whatever, and then but all the same. I think the head sculpts really need to be worked on. I think they still look a little too toyetic. The sculpt, the hair should look a little bit more natural. I do understand the customized body because you're not going to get away with just anything with Van Damme. When it comes to guys like this, you got to be really, body proportionate, or it's going to look ridiculous. So that's understandable. But no, I got faith in this company too that they will work on this a bit more, because if I do anything, they come out with that Bowie Labyrinth, man. I'm shooting for that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got faith in the company. I just right now, I think like you guys are saying, that could still use a little bit of work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I said last time when I was talking about on the bro stream. I'm not 100% satisfied with it. Like that's a good head sculpt there, but they should have also included rolling eyes with all the head sculpts and not just one.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Only one?
Yeah, it's just the main stoic looking one that has the rolling eyes. Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah, and then the body, it looks great, but like it's also inaccurate. Like it's really deep in the middle of the chest, like where his pecs are, and his body wasn't like that. I mean, I understand wanting to kind of accentuate that and look, make him look a little better, but it's inaccurate. He didn't have that, so. And like it's like super deep in the chest there, and it's like
right here in the middle, and what is it, sternum?
Yeah, right where like in between the pecs and right in the sternum. Yeah, and in most of the shots, it's like really dark there, which means it's like really recessed, and the shadows are hitting it like crazy. It almost looks like like he had open heart surgery or something like that. That's how deep it is. And it's just a little inaccurate. Just certain things bug me, and for the price that it is, I do have faith in Kaustic Plastik because they do make great stuff. I just think it's just a little inaccurate, and some things also need to be changed, like the rolling eyes and the other head sculpts, because it's a little weird to just have one, especially with that head sculpt there. He should have rolling eyes in every head sculpt.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I forgot to mention. Yeah, this. So what Blue was saying here is that let me go to these. So the head sculpt on the left here. This is this one that comes in all three versions, including the standard. That's the only one that has rolling eyes per the description. These other two head sculpts here, I believe, don't as of now, as of the description in the on Kaustic Plastik website. So this middle neutral head sculpt and the one on the right doesn't have rolling eyes either. And you also reminded me, Blue. Yeah, so when I watching this movie recently multiple times, there is some inaccuracies to the head sculpts, at least from what I can tell. I could be wrong, but so what happened? Did I get cut off? We're good. What happened? Did we lose anybody? Can you hear me?
No, we're good.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Yep. So the screaming head sculpt, I think for most of you who are familiar with the movie, you know that he for sure makes his face towards the end in the final fight, where he gets that powder stuff thrown in his eyes, and he's kind of kneeling down. He's kind of doing that like that. By that, in that scene though, he has like blood coming down his mouth and his nose, I think. And so there's like more blood on there. So there's no blood on this one here. So I'm not sure if that's the specific scene they were going for, or there is another scene where he's screaming and his face is pretty clean-ish, like just kind of still sweaty looking, but no blood. So maybe that could have been it, but then it's not 100% accurate. And then in the bruise, this look here, from what I remember, this is the look he had bruised up when when spoilers, he wins, and then they hand him the sword for winning the tournament, and so he kind of looks like has this look on him. But that one, he doesn't have any blood. He doesn't have blood coming down his mouth there. So some little inaccuracies. If it comes out looking like this again, I think those are things that are not going to deter me from getting this, because I'm just again a huge fan of this movie. And one of the things that Fabio Kaustic Plastik has mentioned is that he does figures that no one else does, and so I don't know of any other 1/6 scale company making a Frank Duke. So, like we mentioned before, it's kind of one of those decisions we have to make as collectors. Okay, it's like, are we okay to tolerate certain things and get that representation in our collection, or would we rather pass on it, hoping someone will make the perfect version of a figure that we want, right? So it's kind of that's up to each of the collectors to decide for themselves, including myself. So we'll see how this final looks. Needless to say, I did pre-order the exclusive version, and so I have that on pre-order, which brings me to something else I thought was interesting. So initially when this went up, and then Fabio again had mentioned this on his stream, that this was limited. The exclusive was limited to 200 hand numbered pieces, right? So that's separate from the web gift exclusive, where like if you buy it on Kaustic Plastik's website, I think it had like 250 web gift exclusive, which is a shirt. The shirt is a web gift exclusive, which by the way looks badass. I forgot to bring that up, but that shirt looks awesome too. So each of the editions will come with that shirt. But in addition, the exclusive will be a limited number, hand numbered, so it says. And it was initially 200, but I noticed yesterday or a couple of days ago that went up to 250. And so they increased the edition size. I'm not sure why, which I'm not, you guys know me, I'm not really an exclusive, like limited number collector. I just see it as a bonus, but I just thought it was interesting why that went up. And so, I don't know.
As long as they number it, like, people go after that numbered stuff, I mean, if they add 50 more, I mean, it's still, still pretty exclusive. So that's pretty cool.
The regular, if you buy from their website on like any version, you get that shirt, the 250 number shirt. Even the regular one, you get the 250 shirt as well. Yeah,
I don't know if it's, or maybe you can confirm me, Quan, but I think that might be only if you order it from Infinite Statues website, or is it with any website?
No. The Infinite Statue website.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. So that's I think with any of the any, like Equan was saying, to reiterate, any of the editions you order standard deluxe, or if you had pre-ordered the exclusive, you get for the first 250, I think it was people who pre-order, you get that shirt, and then. But that's separate again from the exclusive edition being limited to 250 now, like hand numbered.
Yes.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
And is that sold out?
Yeah, it was
yeah.
sold out. Last I looked, yeah, it was sold out.
Oh, bummer, dude.
They went by quick, from what I remember.
Yeah.
The Van Damme is sold out already?
Well,
The exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Standard stuff.
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so sorry for those who missed out. Blue, it sounds like you missed out on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I didn't see a wait list. I don't know if Caustic Plastic does a wait list / Infinite Statue, but if they do, I do recommend getting on that. And hopefully that converts to any of you who are looking to get this figure and miss out on an exclusive. But either way, those other editions are readily available at other websites as well. So, but I think overall, this is going to be limited. Just the whole run, right? I don't know how many. I think that's still to be determined. But again, Caustic Plastic, Fabio, it does mention that he limits the figures that he makes. And for example, the Frankenstein that went up recently, I think overall that's limited 2,000 from what he said last I heard, with the exclusive being even more limited, kind of similar to the exclusive edition here. So just keep that in mind. If you're on the fence with that Center and Deluxe, again, no pressure. I'm just something to consider. This will be limited overall, this figure, because he knows that these are niche figures that he's making. Like I said, these are figures or characters that no one else is making, but he takes pride in being the only one making that, and because of that, he's limiting those, because there is a niche for this. But anyone else got any thoughts on Frank Dukes?
As for the seam, it seems like it's seamless because I keep on seeing that neck is like I'm trying to see where the head pops on, but it seems pretty good. And one of the shots when he's going like that, it's kicking in the area with his legs. It's good, but right when you get to the ankle and the wrist, it's like, okay, this is not real. Just like you see that it's so obvious, and it's just but all the rest seems pretty seamless. I mean, I'm with Blue when he says it's not accurate, but I don't see any joints or anything till you get the wrist or the ankle.
Yeah, that's tough to get around, right? Because I mean, if you want stoppable feet and hands, there has to be. It's like kind of impossible to have that, not have a joint and be able to swap those out. I know other companies, they do the swap out forearms, but that's if they have like long sleeves or something, or a coat to cover up those seams. But here, I mean, it's just, you can see it for yourself, right? It's just pretty much just in short, so it's kind of hard to do. So I mean, it's kind of tough. I don't know how else they would do that to get around that, but they could
extend the silicone up a little bit further, so it kind of like She-Hulk, I mean, she's green, but it almost seems seamless between the wrist and the body and the arm. The hand of the arm, because they brought the silicone all the way kind of into the hand where the hand goes on. I mean, so they could just extend that silicone up a little bit more to the peg, and then make it a little bit more kind of like his left, that is our right.
Here
you can barely tell there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And then the other one's plain as day. You can see right through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right here. There's another one where it was a little more obvious, like here. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's broken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
That's way out.
That's the toy photographer not paying attention to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That is true.
Because you actually can look at that and see actually the peg somewhat if you're really going.
Yeah, he didn't pay attention.
Yeah, it is tough. I know some people get turned off by that. They're middle, don't like seeing the joints at all. So I definitely understand that.
But if this, you say that this is the same guy that did the Frankenstein that everybody was, that looked beautiful, and it says,
right.
If that's the way it works, it should come out. It should come out real good.
I'm hoping.
If there's one I'm really anticipating is the Conan one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm buying a couple of those for sure.
A couple of Conans.
Yep.
Conan.
Yeah, speaking of, that's one of the figures we'll be talking about later on when we get to the 12 scale side. But
Cool.
The
what else was I gonna say?
lamentation of women.
Yeah, yeah. One thing I forgot to mention on this. So I mentioned the special custom body that they're making for this figure. He's actually kind of taking advantage of that, and he's selling the body separately. Also, when I say he, I meant I should say Kaustic Plastik / Infinite Statues selling the body separately. So you can pre-order just the body itself, and that is running between 131 to 152 USD.
Okay.
And there's a couple of websites where you can buy just a body. And I forgot to maybe I can do it real quick, but it's just basically like the body that you see here, just minus the clothes. So if you want to do like any customization yourself of any of the 6 scale figures, that's up for. Oh, here it is, right here. Let me switch over. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I see what you're saying, Blue, about the chest. Hopefully that's just a matter of too much paint, but hopefully they kind of tone that down. But either way, like I said, I think it's not going to be a deal breaker for me personally. But I don't know. Here's with more lighting here. This one looks a little bit better. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. It looks like a scar, like open chest.
Yeah, it looks like
sternum.
Looks like there was an incision.
Yeah. It kind of seems like it's just a little too much paint there. They went too dark on the paint, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, is that the paint? Is that the paint, or is that actually the silicone that's just too deep of a cut?
That's too deep. Look at the. Look at the sternum.
That's got
it goes.
That's got nothing to do with the paint. That's a seam that is actually, I think that because it should kind of smooth out or kind of disappear as you get closer toward the neck.
Yeah.
Because you have that, you have that shoulder bone and all of that stuff up there. But now, is this him for real?
No, it's just that Kaustic.
Oh, okay.
Body,
I thought this might have been a comparison shot.
No.
Do you think you can? You think you can come up with a quick Van Damme photo? Maybe we can compare the chest. I don't know. Just curious.
Let's see here. Yeah, because it looks too dark to just be. It does seem like there is some. It's deep, but the dark color on it, make it seem like there's added paint to it as well.
Okay, so almost like
I don't know.
I guess.
But I could be wrong. But let's see here.
You could be wrong, but you could be right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Let me.
That's what Billy Joel said.
Yeah. Let me try to bring up a photo here. Real quick for a quick comparison.
Yeah, it's like hard to paint silicone without. Either silicone paint or dye. They got to dye it.
Right.
So. Yeah. To me, it's in like every photo, and it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it just seems too deep.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that, man. It does look. It looks strange. It does look a bit strange.
Okay, I think it's not. He's kind of stretched out here, but here's this one here. So it looks a little deep-ish, but I don't know. That might be a little more.
Yeah, but also, right there, his breast that breast right there is not as pronounced, or is not as wide as Van Damme's, is it? I don't think Van Damme's got a bigger chest or breastplate.
I think again, it looks like just because he just seems like he's stretching out there. So I don't know. But quick search,
right?
Quick search, but again, just kind of something to see what the final is going to look like. Hopefully, like I said, I have. Well, I'm being curious, optimistic, but we'll see.
Well, I'm curious to Blue. If they don't do any more with it, is it a deal breaker?
Yes, what's that?
I said, if they don't refine that chest anymore, is that a deal breaker for you?
No, it's something I could live with.
Okay.
It'll bug me a little bit, but it's just something I can live with.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, to each their own, right? It's just everyone has their nitpicks, their little, what do you call them? Their preferences. Their I'm missing on the term.
Well,
But
the
they're like
nitpicks,
some
I guess nitpicks is a good. Well, I don't know if nitpicks is the best word, but we know what you
no,
mean.
I'm blanking
We
on
know,
the term, but yeah.
you know what you mean.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
let me address the chat here real quick before we go on to the next figure. I think we're good on this one. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm still excited for this. Let's see here. Moose is saying I have to pass on Bloodsport. Not my thing. Minimal irony. Okay, minimal.
Minimal irony.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jose Plus says, Feezy, I watched this movie and oh my God, it was a really hard watch. His Lionheart and Time Cop are still his favorite JCVD films. Okay. Yeah, those are pretty good.
Nice.
Those are good too. Yeah. I went back and watched the fights for those as well. The fights.
You know,
for,
the fight scenes are
Lionheart.
great. The fight scenes are great, but you go back, you watch any of those films, Seagal and all of those guys, and they really were kind of melodramatic. I mean, let's face it, those are not, A-level actors, like by any
Right.
stretch of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
imagination. So
Yeah.
you get, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
these are the American versions of the Kawasaki and all those other guys. Used to do all of the old kung fu flicks. It's just the American version of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These were all
They're,
films
they're
we
supposed
watched.
to. They're supposed to be bad acting. That's intentional.
Yeah.
I mean, we all probably watched these when we were kids. These are all stuff we
Yep.
watched on cable TV, maybe with our parents.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
That's what I did, and that's
Right.
a lot. It's a lot of the memories that bring us to these figures back around.
Well, at least those movies like Bloodsport and Lionheart and all that, and in that time zone, they were an upgrade from back, the old Bruce Lee movies, kung fu movies that we
Right.
see on TV, and the what do you call that when they're talking and it doesn't match.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dubbing.
Trying to, yeah.
We sat there and watched it all.
Yeah.
I
remember-
loved every
I remember-
minute of it.
Yeah, I
And then
remember they
brought
used
it
to
back
have
with the
on
Kung Pao
TV.
movie.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
kung fu.
Kung Pao. Yeah. Kung Pao.
Right. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, if some of you are old enough, they used to have something called the midnight movies.
Mhm.
And we have a theater downtown that used to show the kung fu flicks every Friday, Saturday night at midnight. They would start, man, and you get lines outside the theater, man,
Kung fu
because that was the time people would get. You could leave a party, come there, and throw popcorn at the screen, have a great time.
Just like they do now for Minecraft. Yeah.
Yeah, and it used to be. It was legend that for years and years and years, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's still going on. But Tim Curry, the Rocky Horror Picture Show, is a standard midnight bring your popcorn movie. Standard. It used to be that for decades. Every state used to have like midnight movies, and everybody played that Tim Curry movie. Everybody played.
Yeah. Rocky Horror. Yeah. That's a popular
Oh
one.
yeah.
Mitchell Lawrence here saying, I like Bloodsport, but I would have preferred Kickboxer. Yeah, I know you mentioned before that's your Van Damme movie of choice. And yeah, it's another good one. Actually followed suit after
I forgot about
here.
that. Yeah.
A lot of the same people, similar work on that one as well. The same, composer who did the soundtrack for Bloodsport also did for Kickboxer, which was also awesome. Is Mitchell Lawrence saying, I'm waiting on their Warp Paint Conan. Just like who was it, like Blue? I think Blue, you mentioned that one.
Yep, Conan. Yep,
Conan,
I'll be buying every single one they release. So
yeah, waiting to see what that looks like as well. Yeah, that Conan.
They're gonna sell through those. Yeah, you can't really.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that 1/6?
Yeah.
1/6, yeah.
Conan? Okay.
Yeah, same company from Caustic Plastik /
I
Infinite
haven't
Statue.
seen it. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, they haven't put it up yet for.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's in the
development.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then also speaking of in development, Bolo Young or Chong Li from Bloodsport,
Chong Li, yeah.
the villain. Yeah, that's also in development as well, and that's going to come pretty soon. So if you want
That's
something to
cool.
pair with your Frank Dukes, Chong Li's should be coming pretty soon. I'm not sure when, but
Good.
I think last I heard that I think they got the sculpts, the 3D renders or sculpts approved, I believe is what he said. Yeah, so that's coming. It's coming down the pike. All right. Anyone got anything else on Frank Dukes before we go on to the next figure? Okay, here we go. Our next one, another fighter, but fights in a different way, switching from real life to anime. We have the Present Toys Monster Trainer, aka not Ash from not Pokemon, or Pokemon, as some people would say. Those Pokemon characters, monsters. So this is the Monster Trainer. Again, Present Toys, 103 to 177 USD. Set to come out Q4, so the end of this year to Q1 2026. And this is obviously meant to be a kid for those of you who are familiar with Pokemon. So he's standing at like around 9.4 inches or 24 centimeters. He's a little on the shorter side, but again, he's meant to be a kid. He comes with, let me go over some of the accessories here. This the hooded, well, they call it hooded sculpt, but it is this the head sculpt with the cap with 2 interchangeable faceplates that you can see here on the right. He has like the smiling one and the kind of more like a serious stern look there. 8 hands, his monster guide, which is that red kind of tablet notebook type electronic device thing there on the right. His backpack, a monster ball or a not pokeball, and then a stand, which they don't show it here, but we'll see if we go. Oh yeah, there it is. That Pokeball shaped stand that is magnetic. So for the description, there's a magnetic function on that. And I never personally got into Pokemon. I tried when it initially came out. I tried to play some of the games, and I wasn't too big on the RPG aspect of it, and so I just ended up, kind of dropping it. But yeah, I do know there's a huge following for this. Obviously, there's the Pokemon cards and different spin-offs that came from this, different types of games and gameplay. And so yeah, this is just huge, right? Obviously, you guys know, we're familiar with this. I'm sure you've heard about Pokemon in one form or another. Huge impact on pulp culture. And so from what I understand, yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, still is. And so from what I understand, this look is from like the first 5 seasons of the anime / the show. And this is the colors for the most part. I think his shoes a little off, and I have a comparison photo. We'll show what he looks like in the anime versus this here, but I think this does look good. I mean, throwing fabric soft goods on a 1/6 scale figure. The head sculpt looks awesome. I think it looks good from what my mind's eye again of what I remember Ash looking like. You even have these little like kind of shading scratches underneath his eyes. Let me zoom in here. So they added some detail there. I don't know if that's a photo, but it looks like he also has some like freckles or some sort of skin texture also.
Wow. Oh
yeah. He's got 2, what are those markings under his eyes?
I think those kind of might supposed to like represent.
He always had those.
Okay, what are they supposed to represent?
Just like wrinkles in his face,
animation.
Animation.
Okay.
All right then, You had to have been there, Michael. You had to have been there.
This is the look
right.
of the first season. This is like the OG Ash look.
Okay, gotcha.
Hey, listen, all I know is this is not a rabbit hole I want to fall in. Especially anything to do with them damn cards, man. Woo. This is one freaking hobby, man, that could cost you some cash.
I remember growing up hunting for those Pokemon cards at comic shops. A lot less comic shops nowadays, but I remember my mom and I we shopped everywhere to look for the cards, and I still have a complete set of the base still.
Nice.
It got so bad in the retailers that some retailers were putting the cards behind plexiglass. You had to get them to unlock.
Oh yeah.
It's like that now. Like even well, by the way, this is the first season look. They probably should have put a Pikachu in there because Pikachu comes with Dash. They're kind of like
hand in hand.
Like R2 and C3PO, they all together like that. But I mean, it's pretty accurate, and for the price, it's like $140 on 1/6 kit. So
nice.
It's like it should be.
And didn't somebody else make him recently? I thought he was wearing a black shirt.
I'm sure he has many outfits. I don't think for 1/6 though that I know of.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember anyone else doing Ash in 1/6 scale, unless it was like a really old figure. But I haven't seen any
Yeah, nothing
other
Yeah,
versions.
because I know we showed an Ash on the collector's figure, but I could have sworn it was a black shirt, not a green shirt.
Well, we were on the show. We were running through a bunch of different pictures of him, and so I'm sure you probably saw maybe a version of him because he had more than one colored shirt. We were talking about that, so I remember when we talking about blue. There were many images we looked at, and one of them had a black, and I think one had. I thought I remember one with a red shirt too.
It was of this figure of Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On collector's figure, was that last week, Blue, or week before?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was a different version. Yeah, I don't recall seeing any other. But yeah, let us know in the chat or in the comments here. This one only comes with a shirt.
Unless we were comparing it to the actual comic drawing, I know there was more than one colored shirt. That was debatable. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely. I did order one of these, and
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully. Now I gotta find a 1/6 Pikachu to go with him, but it'll go in my anime section with my Full Metal Alchemist figures and figures, so it'll go in that section. I collect like everything, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? Unfortunately, yeah, that is kind of it could be a problem. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I definitely hear you on that one.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done this earlier though. Like with this, like we mentioned, it was as popular as this franchise is. It's like I'm surprised no one did an Ash 1/6 scale.
That's a monster.
Nintendo is like a really litigious company, so I was surprised they even made this because they go after anybody that like infringes on their IP.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see if it goes all the way through.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because so Pokemon is actually who are the developers at Game Freak?
Game Freak. So they're
Yeah.
not Nintendo, but they're associated with Nintendo. So that's
Right,
why
yeah.
Funko can make Pokemon Pops, but they haven't made like actual Nintendo character Pops because they don't. Nintendo does not like want any of that to happen. So you don't see Mario or Luigi Pops.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
They are. I know they started branching out though, right? Because we're seeing a lot more Nintendo merchandise recently, like Legos and some of those other mini figures of the Jacks, and they are branching out. But yeah, that's a good point. I didn't realize until you said that I've never seen any Nintendo Funko. So yeah, that's interesting. Maybe I don't know, something in the works.
Yeah, maybe
TBD.
Well, my brother said it's the same Ash. So
Wait, what do you mean the same Ash?
that we showed, I guess.
Oh,
He said in the comments there.
Oh, I see.
This is the same Ash.
Okay, did it? So am I missing the black shirt somewhere? Because I don't see.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it wasn't a black shirt. Maybe it was something else. Not sure. I still think he needs a seamless body though, because that looks weird.
Oh yeah, with the joints. Yeah, again with the joints. Yeah.
Well, I am seeing like the first season he did wear a black shirt. Maybe that's what.
Okay.
Because the black shirt is season 1 accurate.
Okay.
So this is So here's the photo. I might as well just bring it up. Here's the photo that I found that apparently was from what I've read. The first 5 seasons he had this look on the right.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty close to this version of the figure here. And I got I think this was from I forget where the source. I think it might have been in Wikipedia. I think I got this one on the right from. But yeah, I mean it looks pretty close. Other than the shoes here on the bottom, you can see there's some green. They're white, but then that stripe is more like a green color. But on this figure, it's kind of blue, or it is blue, like a light blue. So I think looks to be one of the inaccuracies there. But other than that, I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty close, anyways. But I mean, again, I'm not a hardcore Pokemon fan, so I don't know the ins and outs. But what I see Ash being, that looks pretty good to me. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong here on the chat or in the comments if this is not the right look for him. But I don't. Yeah, again, I wouldn't say for sure. Any other thoughts on Ash here?
I think I've spoken my piece.
Yeah, yeah. Not into anime. Yeah, yeah. Like Equan, I also have some other anime figures also. But for me, it's mostly Dragon Ball. I have Dragon Ball and Naruto are the SHF 12 scale figures that I collect. And actually, speaking of Naruto, I have some of the some of the rocket toys in 6 scale, and those are awesome also.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a rabbit hole. You got to be careful. You don't want to fall too down. I think I'm probably about like halfway the rabbit hole, right? So I have like my climbing axe stuck in the ground to prevent me from falling further down. But awesome figures.
Oh, you got bars.
Yeah, I got bars. Yeah, let me address this. Go ahead.
If somebody could, if some cool company can make a DBZ in 6 scale, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd be all over that.
Yeah, I think Rocket Toys, I mean, compared to what they're doing so far, I think they would do a good job with that.
I would like to see a Vampire Hunter D. I would definitely consider getting that.
That would be a good one. Yeah, I've never got into that one, but I'm sure there's some cool characters in that one.
Somebody turned me on to the character, and I still got on VHS Vampire Hunter D, and I watched it. I went, wow, this is pretty cool. And so I kind of dig that character. I like his look. I think it would look really great in the 6 scale. Yeah, especially with the fabric cloth goods and like that. I know he has that hat, right? He's got the long draping outfit, and then he's got that hat, that brim, the big brim.
Yeah,
it would look real sweet.
Yeah, I know of it. I just never watched it. That was a
show. If you get a chance,
right?
check it out. Vampire. There's more than one. Just check out the very first one, Vampire Hunter D. It's really good.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
12-inch Moose Stream saying here, make a Pokemon for an adult sensibility. Maybe. So far hasn't happened. Yeah. I'm sure there probably is some version of that. I don't know what, some offshoot or something. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Well, what would you do with it? I'm afraid to ask Moose Stream. How would you?
Yeah. What adult are we talking, Moose? Hopefully.
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Yeah. Let's see here. Mitchell Lawrence saying
Pokemon goes, pardon the pun, but Pokemon goes blue.
Yeah. Speaking of blue, Mitchell Lawrence saying Pokemon Red and Blue were the original games on Game Boy. That's right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and the actual cartridges were, I think they were literally like red and blue, right? Obviously, and they've continued that trend from there. It's always coming out in pairs. There's like, what is it like?
Gold and Silver is the next one.
Yeah, Gold and Silver. What is it? Scarlet and what's the other one? Scarlet and Violet. Violet. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. When it first started off. When this show came out, how much was it? Was there like 100 Pokemon, 150 Pokemon at first?
Yeah, 151. Yeah.
And then now it's, what is it at now? Like over 1,000 or something?
Oh, geez.
Who knows? It's probably a 1,000.
Yeah, there's a lot. And then for those who don't know, the reason they called it Pokemon was because it was short for Pocket Monsters, and you abbreviate those Pokemon. Yeah, because that's what they're fighting, right? That's what they're training, and they're fighting these creatures, these monsters against each other. Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of, I guess, like a more civilized form of animal fighting there.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Mitchell Lawrence also saying, I remember Pokemon starting back in 91 or 93. Oh man, yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Tremble Dust confirming, says the lightning bolts under his eyes are supposed to represent his connection to Pikachu and him being a powerful trainer. I don't know if that's is that true or not. You kind of laughing there. I don't know if you're.
It's Tremble Dust. God knows what he means.
Yeah. Thanks for coming through, though, Tremble Dust. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see here. Yeah, I see where now SBM saying this is the same Ash you guys talked about. Okay. Yeah. And then also Mitchell Lawrence, how can Ash come with none of his Pokemon? Yeah, that's what Equan and I know of others have said, which is interesting, right? You would think he should at least have something, but I'm sure third-party companies or just people on Etsy are going to either 3D print or make some version of these. And it could get crazy. Like we just mentioned, there's probably over 1,000 Pokemon, right? So you would say at least he would have the 3 main ones, right? That he's known to have. Mm-hmm. The 3 main Pokemon, including Pikachu. Yeah, at least for sure. Pikachu. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And then have all the other 3. Speaking of, when I first saw this and, people were kind of talking about his look and how he was just labeled Monster Trainer. I thought this was the version from Smash Brothers Ultimate, because in there they have they actually labeled him like what is it?
He's actually Pokemon trainer or something on
Pokemon trainer. That's right. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and he's not actually fighting. He sends the Pokemon in. You can swap between the 3 different ones. So I thought this was kind of based on that, but then looking into it and doing the research, of course, and I saw that his look was, from what I read, the first few seasons of the show, the anime.
Yeah. So actually, in the game, you're not Ash. You're Red. That's the trainer's name. And
is that his name? Okay.
It's the game off of that trainer, Red.
Very well.
Okay.
And your rival
and you can
Blue or Gary.
You can swap between the female version, right? I think I remember.
That later on you can be a female.
Oh, it's a DEI, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before it was
Smash Brothers. Yeah. Ninja Scroll would be great. Yeah, that's another one, man.
Yeah.
Characters in Ninja Scroll. Yeah. Ninja Scroll was a great anime. Yep. Damn, I just get pissed off thinking, now connecting Ninja Scroll, like I mentioned, to Blue Eyed Samurai and how that got canceled. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just open that wound there, S-Beam. Thanks a lot. Open that wound there.
Hopefully somebody else comes through.
Yeah, hopefully, knock on wood, man. We want to see that Blue Eyed Samurai.
Maybe they got a cease and desist or something.
Yeah,
And,
so they got to change their name then? The
Well,
company name?
God knows Present Toys and Social Toys are fearless. They don't give a damn.
Yeah.
they will challenge any IP.
I challenge you. Yeah. This was a company that was doing that one. I can't remember who. I already forgot, but it was a company I hadn't heard of. But does anyone else have any thoughts on Monster Trainer here? Present Toys Monster Trainer.
No.
Okay, going on to the next segment 1-6. We
Yes,
have speaking of anime, going from the an anime to an animator.
Right.
We have Miyazaki here by Kento Pro Series. I don't know how to say his last name. Is it I don't know if it's Hayo Miyazaki.
Hayo.
Okay, Hayo Miyazaki. For those of you that don't know, this is he's an animator for the films from the Studio Ghibli films. So my neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, I think is how you pronounce that. Spirited Away. So all those movies, I believe he was the animator for. And this is unlicensed, hence obviously this is supposed to be. I shouldn't say this is him, but this is based on him. This is the Kento Pro Grandpa Who Loves Painting. That's the name of the figure. The Grandpa Who Loves Painting.
Okay.
Yeah. So correction, not Miyazaki. Inspired by Miyazaki.
Not Miyazaki? Okay.
No, not. Yeah. And I brought this up when I talked about in the last figure lowdown. We were talking about the not Android 18 from the same company or similar company. See, that's the thing. I don't know if it's the same IG account, which is like por.toys. So that's in there, but the name seems different. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if it's a similar studio or what, same studio, different name convention. But anyway, so I brought this figure initially up on there, and now it's finally up for pre-order for those of you who are fans of this. So this is 222 USD to 247 USD, set to come out the end of this year to Q1 2026. And it comes with 2 bodies, 2 head sculpts. So you can see here, 1 smiling head sculpt, 1 serious head sculpt. He has his painter version body, and then the Oscar body. Yes, the Oscar from the Academy Awards Oscar. You can see there that little Oscar accessory.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
There's some photos where he's holding it. Yeah, it is cool. We'll look at some closest to it. 9 pencils. So in case you lose like 8 of them, you'll have that 9th one there. Yeah, 9 pencils, that's 1 cool. Fountain pen. Right. 1 open, so a fountain pen and an open set of pens, 12 pictures, it says, 2 cigarettes and a watch.
2 cigarettes.
Yeah, here he is with his Oscar, which looks awesome. That Oscar looks pretty good, nice and shiny. So here's obviously his Oscar look. Needless to say, he's won some awards here. His watch, the watch is looking good too there, I must say. I do say so myself. I'm not a watch aficionado, but still, that looks pretty good.
No, you want to talk Beam or tell? No, not Beam. Who's your watch aficionado on the 6-scale?
Not me. Not I. It's the Feezy.
Okay.
But yeah, man, there's just like the Android 18 or not Android 18. Sorry. This head sculpt looks pretty good. The painting looks pretty good. I'm not too familiar with the animator, but from what the images I've seen, kind of briefly, it looks pretty good. But again, you guys, I'm sure those of you who are big fans will probably point out the differences
There
he
you
is
go.
with the cigarette.
Well,
BZJ
isn't
does not
that a
condone
cool?
smoking.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's happy 420, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Smoke if you got them. I'm not saying if you haven't before, go out and try it. But yeah, that's what this guy likes to do. Yeah.
Well,
Smiling scope.
yeah.
Oh, you never know.
I tell you, how much is this guy?
The range is 222 to 247 USD.
Well, how about only giving us 2 pencils and cutting it at 200?
Negotiating, yeah.
And we'll make it a clean $200.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, keep half the pencils and the watch. We'll call it even 200. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can even keep the cigarette too. About the cigarette. Yeah, that's cool though how they added that in there. Yeah.
Yeah. I like all the pen and paper accessories. Those are really cool.
Yeah. 12
cool.
pictures. It says it comes with 12 probably 12 illustrations. I'm curious to see what those are because they kind of blur them out. But that's awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
That they include those in there. You can see them here on the bottom.
Yeah, man, it's cool. I mean, I wouldn't get it, but I still think it's cool.
Yeah, same. Yeah, definitely for those who want to have like their collection of creators. Yeah, creators / artiste of different entertainment media, like your Stan Lee and your or your George Lucas. Not George Lucas. Who else did they do? They said Stan Lee and who am I thinking of? Is it George Lucas? I'm blanking. Was it Spielberg? I forget. They did another 1/6 scale figure of somebody.
I know they did, dude, and
yeah. But with those type of figures, you don't have your icon collection, your movie icon collection there. That would be a cool display. You're all historical.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, right. This is
didn't somebody do Coppola? Maybe I'm wrong. Francis Ford Coppola? No, maybe
I'm
not.
not sure. Yeah. Not sure. Yep. Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on not Miyazaki here? I mean the grandpa, everyone's favorite grandpa.
It looks great. Cool. I'm not huge into Studio Ghibli. They're good movies, but I'm not, and I know of the guy, and he looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, that's a good scope.
Yeah, I just want the accessories, to be honest with you.
I didn't know what he looked like until just now, so there we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah, what are the accessories would you have, Blue?
I'd give him a desk as well. Because they blur out it probably blurred out that because of the table or whatever he's at.
Yep.
And
they could give him a drawing board. Would be real dope.
Yeah.
You sit at a drawing board, that'd be killer.
Yeah, I'd give him an artist desk tilted,
Right.
Just have them drawn or have other artists there and
he doesn't have any rulers. He should have a ruler or a protractor or something like that. Come on.
He's not an architect.
He doesn't have, and he needs an ashtray too.
I was about to say that too.
That's true.
Where's the ashtray?
Yeah.
Actually, they should do a battle damage one where he has some cigarette burns on his apron.
Battle damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, for him on his apron, he'd have all kinds of
cigarette burns,
marks or
ash. Rub some ash on him and stuff.
Yeah.
Turn him
charcoal
into a
or
real
something.
pig.
Yeah.
And weathering and stuff. Yeah.
Be a real pig, man.
He's got a spare clothes, vest, shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like he has like a different button-up shirt here and a vest here as well.
Wow.
So pretty good deal. I mean, getting the 2 bodies here and the 2 head sculpts. That price.
Yeah. Pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah. It definitely is good though. Yeah. This company has been doing some Dragon Ball related figures. Like I mentioned, that Android 18, the not Android 18, and before that it was like general. Was it Tao Pai?
Tao Pai, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing was great, dude.
Yeah. It looked amazing, but so random.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was random. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I talked about that. I think it was in the last. No, I showed it real quick. I was talking about the not Android 18, but yeah, that one looked awesome. That looked really good, and they did a good job. So yeah, man, they're doing good work over there.
Is that realistic Android 18?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one's. But the other guy that they made is freaking awesome from Dragon Ball.
The General. Yeah, that was really, really cool. I think it was sold out most places, if not all places. Really, popular. They killed it with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, here, let's see. Checking in with the chat. Tremble, this I lied. I'm laughing. Yeah.
See, I got them figured out.
Yeah, got the elf laugh there. Let's see here. He's a legend. Yeah, I think you're talking about this figure here. Trimble Dust, he is a legend. Yeah, he is a legend.
For sure.
Talking
about me.
Yeah, Michael legend. Yeah. Those are classic 70s to 80s anime, says Mitchell Lawrence. Yep, definitely classic. Sin in the house. Thank you for coming through, Sin. Appreciate it. It says it looks like Robert Meyer Burnett got his own figure. Oh, did he?
It's being worked on.
Oh, is it custom? Like one person's doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my brother's working on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Shout out to
us.
Working on those custom head sculpts there.
Yep.
Trimble is saying I like a Jack Kirby 1/6. That would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, they did. Yeah. I mean, I know they did Stan Lee. Granted, that was like MCU Stan Lee, but why not see somebody do a Jack Kirby as well?
Yeah. He'd go great on a Marvel shelf, man.
Yeah, just right next to him, right? So right next to her.
Yep. Absolutely.
Trimble said I lied about laughing, not about the ash light bolts. How dare you, Mike?
He's talking to you. He's talking to you, Mike.
Yeah. He was telling the truth about the lightning bolts under Ash's eyes there. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Anyone got anything else on Grandpa here?
Nah.
Grandpa who lives at the painting.
Keep going, Kento Pros Series Studios, Kento Studios.
Right.
Great work.
There you go.
Yeah. Speaking of
more Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, please do keep doing the pseudo androids. I'd love to have a collection of realistic looking androids on my shelf. So looking forward to that. Doing great work over there.
Re-release that General too, so I can get it.
Yeah, there's some people who missed out. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. All right, going on to the next scale. We're still in 6 scale here, but these are just part 6 scale minus the heads. We have a couple of bodies. Speaking of bodies, I'll show you here. But I mean, we have sticking with Kento. I think this is the same company, although this is just Kento, whereas this here with the Grandpa was Kento Pro. So I think it might have to do with the whole package. Might be Kento Pro. It might be like their line, and this is just Kento because this is just a body. So this is the
same logo.
Kento Bully. Yeah. That's what I think. They're the same. It might just be a different line. This is the Bully Toby. This is a suit and a body, right? So meant to be for you're not Toby Maguire, not your Bully Maguire.
Oh yeah.
This is one of two we're going to be looking at. So I figured we kind of look at them both and we kind of do a quick comparison here. So this is the first one. This is a 113 USD set to come out actually soon, Q2 of this year. So here within the next few months. And so
it's they're on kit. I was going through this and I saw them all.
And how much are they asking for?
This one's 113 USD. So this is this one.
Total rip-off.
This is so everything pretty much what you see here is exactly how it is, minus the head sculpt, right? Shirt, pants, suit, body, 2 pairs of hands. So you don't see a pair of hands, but there are 2 pairs of hands.
This is the suit body combo. Yeah, I heard about this. Because there's got you.
And 113, that's a pretty good deal for all that too.
Yeah.
Shoes, that neck piece there, and of course the sock. So yeah, pretty much everything you see here, including another set of hands that aren't shown.
That's decent.
But kind of already doing the pose here that we all remember from Spider-Man 3 or inspired by Spider-Man 3 scene. The tailoring looks good. I mean, again, I'm not one to get into like the minute details of like a suit or anything, but from what I see, this looks good to me personally.
Okay, so I am one to get into it. I used to work in retail selling men's fashion suits, ties, and all that stuff years ago. Gotcha. I saw another YouTuber who had this suit on his Tobey Maguire, and it was too big. It fits too big. The sleeves appeared to be wide, and they came down too far down on the wrist. When you have your hands all the way down, there's a certain length that the end of the suit should come to the hand, because when your shirt is relaxed and your arms are down, you're going to get your cuff should be seen. But the way it was fitting on the figure that I saw, you just saw the suit coming down a little bit too far from the wrist. It looked like the jacket fit a little big on him, as well as the pants.
Okay.
But,
how about right here, though? How about this? Does this look good?
Well, I would have to see it with Tobey Maguire's head on it, because right here that looks fine. But you got to consider how it's gonna look on the figure, and if it, from what I can remember in the movie, it was a much more tapered suit.
I see. Well, this is right here. What you see is how you get it. It comes with the body, so that you get this whole package here. You just need to put the head on it, and so this is how it's going to look. Well, it should. This is a prototype, but this is how it should look when you get it.
That's too big for Toby.
Maybe though, what you're thinking of, we have another one that we're going to look at, so maybe it might be the other one.
Well, I know there's one. You talking about the Topo?
Yeah, the Topo, exactly.
Okay.
I do appreciate it when
I'll rest my case until we go to that. But yeah, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it looks very well put together, but it seems like the body that it's on is a little small for that suit.
What do you mean, like a little thin? Too thin?
Body. Yeah. That suit's fitting too big for that. Yeah, that's
there. I see what you're saying.
Look at that coat is way too big for that body.
Okay.
Now I have an alternative to that, but I'll bring that up after we look at the Topo.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong; it's a nice looking suit, but that body's too small for it.
You think about a Wick can go on there, John Wick?
Well, not that particular style of suit. He wouldn't wear a 3-button.
Yeah, I mean,
or if he wears a 3-button, it's gonna be tapered.
Hey, you're good, Michael. he doesn't wear a 3-button.
Honestly, I couldn't really tell. I honestly don't know, but like
he wears a. I'll give you an example in a minute. I'll just wait till I just want to see the Topo after we talk about this in the Topo. Then I'll give you a little bit more of an idea what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let Equan.
He does wear a 3-button suit, but I do appreciate when they include the body in these, because sometimes I've had this happen before where I get the wrong body, and then I have the suit, but like everything just looks wonky, and they'll suggest a certain body to use. Sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah. It's like I like the point where I just need to pop the head sculpt in and I'm good to go.
Yep.
I didn't mean to say I shouldn't have said the thing about the 3-button. What I meant though particularly is as you're coming down off of under your pecs and the suit comes down, it needs to get tapered at the waist and then kind of bloom out as it's going down the rest of your body. This one fits more rectangular, or at least it appears to. If you button those buttons up, that suit is way too big. Look how it's draping there now. Those buttons are not far enough away for that suit to taper in to fit that body correctly. There's nothing wrong with the suit. It's just on a body that it doesn't belong on.
But again, there's also like different fits, right, for different suits, because there's like a slim fit, a classic fit, a wide fit. So I don't know what.
I could be wrong, but then Tobey Maguire, it fits him in the movie. It fits him a lot smaller. It's on his body. It looks a lot better on him, and it doesn't look that baggy, from what I can remember.
Gotcha. Yeah, you might be right. I haven't compared the actual photos, but yeah, that might be a case too. It might have a different fit from what he had in the movie.
Has anyone ever bought something like this and then with vision to put another head sculpt on it?
Yes, and I was going to show you an example right after we talked about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's get right into it here. Topo's next up. So this is the Topo version here. This is just labeled the black suit. This is also around 113 USD, set to come out the same time frame, either Q2 or Q3 of this year. So again, everything you see here, minus the head sculpt, that it doesn't come with the head sculpt. They just kind of threw that in there, just kind of give you. And I don't even think that's the Hot Toys one. It doesn't look like it, but I could be wrong. So pretty similar, except this is in the description. They had leather shoes, so this has black leather shoes.
Right.
And I didn't see that in the description for the Kento one. In addition, so this also comes with. Let's see here. It says a pre-order bonus is 2 pairs of customized relax hands, and that says to be announced later. So I don't think they show them yet, but apparently you will get an additional 2 pairs of hands, and then a compatible neck piece for the Hot Toys head sculpt. So it says, and I think that was the same thing that they did for the Drifter, the body that for the Battinson. I think that also came with a neck piece for the Hot Toys head sculpt. And I can't remember. I think I have that, and I can't recall. I still have yet to open it up and display it and put the head on it. But yeah, I got that Drifter suit. But here, this is a Topo version here. Again, I haven't gone through and compared all the
okay,
one for one.
Okay, then it's the Topo. That's too big. That's way too. No. The sleeves as the suit coat arms come down on those hands. There's no way in hell you're going to get a cuff from your shirt wearing it like that. So that's off. Gotcha. Once again, if you see how close the buttons are to the loops on the other side, once you button that suit, you're not getting much of a taper out of it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's a very well tailored suit. It's just not tailored correctly to the body, or at least now these pictures is a little harder to tell because he's not in a relaxed pose. He's not standing straight up. But when you're standing straight up, you definitely for sure see that it looks kind of big on him. Here you can see the sleeves. It's kind of where they should be falling when his arms are straight down, so you can get a little bit of that cuff coming from underneath. And once again, I'm only saying this from experience of having to literally have men stand in front of me while I, tape measure them and shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay. See here how his arms. You can see the cuff of his shirt.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Now, when his arms are resting down, that his suit should not come that far down over the cuff of that shirt where it's over. It's coming down too far on the
I see
back of the hand.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again. That's not a detail I don't think a lot of people should have an issue with. I personally don't have an issue with it other than now, how much is the Topo suit alone without the figure?
I'm not sure. They're not selling just a suit. It's similar where it comes with the body and the suit. So the suit's already on the body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought one brand was just was the suit and the body, and then the Topo was just the suit. So aren't we talking about 2 different companies here?
Yeah, but they both come with a full body, the hands, and the suit already on the body. And all you have to do is pop on the head sculpt. Yeah.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, because I thought one already came the way it was, and somebody just tried to customize it by buying a suit and putting it on.
Oh no, yeah, you already get it.
So, okay, once again, it still holds the same, but. It's all good. I mean, once again, it's a detail that I think most people can overlook. It's just something that I would notice.
Yeah. No, I'm sure there are other people who are more familiar with the suits like you are, and they can catch those details, and they're probably want a little more accuracy.
And they probably don't care.
Yeah, and then there's others, like I said, like me, or like, something like that wouldn't bother me personally.
Right.
I know some others feel the same way, but yeah, again, everyone has their own kind of details that they want, their accuracy and how much level of accuracy they want in their figures. So yeah, it's definitely something to consider.
Can you bring me up Big just for a quick second?
Yes, sir. Bringing up Michael Elliott Big.
An example. I'm gonna give you an example. This is and I really come to find I just love this figure so much. Well, it might be one of my favorite figures that I've got, 6 scale, and it's one that it's not adorned with much of anything, but this is SL Customs Batfleck. All right.
Oh, nice.
I bought this suit for him, and this is how a suit should fit. And you got that taper in the jacket, but it'll button all the way. If the sleeves are down, I'm not gonna take his sleeves down now, but there'll still be a cuff. And here you can, when his arm is up, there's a little bit of cuff that you can still see coming out from under his sleeve, especially if his arm's gonna be bent like this.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some cuff. So when you're posing your figure and the arms are bent, just get yourself a pair of tweezers, go inside there. Well, what I suggest is that you have the arms going straight down, all right? Take your tweezers, you go up in there and you pull just a little bit, and you start pulling that cuff down a little bit around there, and then let the sleeve down. Because when you put the suit coat on, that it's gonna push.
Bring it back up.
So you take it,
right.
you bring that sleeve down. Now you can start posing with it, because now you're gonna get that proper cut and that cuff acting the proper way. This is from a company called Vortoys. Vortoys. I spent $30, only $30 on this suit. And this sucker, it's made of the same material that a grown man's suit is made of. It's out. The material is outstanding. I'm telling you, outstanding. And I mean, dude,
damn,
look at that fit.
That's just a suit, or did it come with the body also?
No, this is the SL. This is the SL custom Bruce Wayne. I just bought the suit for him.
Oh, so it's just a suit. You got to put it on the body though. All the pants and the shirt and everything.
He came with that stupid gray sweater, and I think I showed you guys the fat suit that I took out from under his body. I stripped him down because they gave him a pouch on his stomach. They actually put him in a fat suit. So, because I think in the BVS, you know, he was a little bigger in the second or first or whatever. It looked dumb. So I took all his clothes off. Watch it out there. And I know you people. I know you people. And I took off his fat suit. I redistributed his clothes around to other people, and I put this on him, and man, he looks baller.
Yeah, man, looks good.
Looks good.
And he's got the reason why he's got the red. Oops, he dropped the sword. The reason why he's got the red hanky. That's his tribute to Robin.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, but this is how a suit should fit.
Yeah, from what I can see, it looks good.
That's why I just wanted people to really understand the comparison. And I'm not saying that doesn't look good. It could look far better. Better. And once again, $30.
That's a
good
deal.
And they got all different types of material, all different types of suit. Check them out.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, sir.
You know, for today, 420 day, let me pull that Bob Marley out. I want to see that.
Oh, you saw me.
All right.
Yeah, I saw you.
Oh no.
I saw you. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you to pull that out.
Nice.
I was on the fence at getting that.
Well, you take the emphasis off of me for a second until I get them back on here.
I have Prince here, and I think I was gonna get Bob Marley in there, and then even I think one of the other streams we were talking about Slash, and I said I was thinking about getting Slash and putting him in there, and him and Prince cutting it up.
Oh yeah, dude.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Because I had him already for 420.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
nice. Loving that pose.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Rastafari. Now, this is
we jamming.
Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite 6-scale cover. This is So Toys.
Yep.
Yeah.
And unbelievable work. Now,
in collaboration with Wincy, right? Is it Wincy Studio?
Yes. And the one figure that you have to get, you got Prince already, TJ?
Yep.
Hey,
Michael, it was thanks to you. On one of the streams, you said, I just got Prince, and you showed it and everything. And I said, man, I got to get that. And then there was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found, and then finally
sold out.
Sold out, and then somebody start bringing it back. I said, I'm gonna get it. And first thing, boom, got it.
Well, before you came into the 6-scale community, when I first got them, I triggered Mario, bought him as a result of it. A couple other people bought them as a result of it. But the other one you got to get, man. You got to be a Bowie fan, man. You got to get David Bowie. It's tight, bro.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
So talking about comparisons here on this suit, I did put up a slide real quick to show so you guys can see. I mean, again, it's going to be kind of hard to tell because the suit's black, but kind of give you a quick visual here. Maybe you can spot some differences I can't. But on the left, we have the Kento body and suit. On the right is the Topo. And I couldn't get, obviously there wasn't photos that had like the exact same pose. So I tried to get as close as I could to something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
it's the jacket is killing me. It's the jacket that's killing me. The pants you could get away with, but that jacket is killing me, man. Gotcha. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to, I can't pin, I don't have that eye for the suit like Michael does, but I mean, it kind of just comes down to, for me, would be like the accessories, because they're both about the same price, but the accessories and the reputation. I know I'm familiar with Topo. I'm not familiar with Kento's suits and their bodies, but I don't know. Anyone else got any thoughts on either of these?
I think Topo is tailored a little bit better, except for the jacket needs a little bit more work, like Mike said. Other than that, I like the tailoring of Topo. They do a good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, this one, the Topo has 2 buttons. So three.
I think the third button is hiding behind the fold there.
Behind the lapel.
Here, right here. You can see here.
That's very interesting. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Once again, the buttons aren't the issue. It's the tapering.
Yeah. Another thing that I didn't mention that because it wasn't in the description to what Michael brought up on his figure. There's the fabric materials too. I don't know what they're going to use for either of these companies. I don't know if one fabric material may be better than others, or a little more stretchable, or durable. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're using, and so that might be something to consider.
Well, the reason why I like this company is because after you unbend his arm, it wrinkles just like a real suit would.
But do you have to iron it too?
But it does. No, it kind of works itself out, which is kind of weird.
Oh, okay, nice.
But no, it's the same grade as a normal suit would be that you would buy in a store. Definitely.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so I did have this the Hot Toys Black Suit Toby on pre-order. But yeah, like others had mentioned, it would kind of be a shame that is a good head sculpt, and it'd be a shame to leave it in the box. And so I'm kind of tempted to buy this body, but again, the price is like 113 USD just to put a head sculpt on it. And like I mentioned before in a previous stream, I typically don't buy figures that are just in suited figures,
right? Just
because I want a little more personality, with my figures, and like something like a costume that kind of stands out a little more. So I don't know. I may pass on this one, but it's good to have options. So again, as usual, right? Options. You got 2 companies doing a suit here for that head sculpt if you prefer. So yeah, take a look around. Maybe wait for the reviews. If this is still up, the only risk with that obviously is that these, I don't know how many they're going to make, and they may be sold out by the time the reviews start coming out. So it's a gamble, of course, as always. So just keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, like I'm in the same boat as you, Jay. Like I did get the Drifter suit. Like, I don't want to keep that head in the box, and it's not a civilian outfit. But also, I did buy the black suit Toby partially because I want to have a Bully Maguire. Just for the memes. So even though he's in a suit, it's still like it's more than a civilian, right? Because it's like synonymous with the Bully Maguire meme. So that's why I kind of want to put them together. So that's why I'm kind of like thinking of getting one of these to use that head sculpt, because it's a great looking head sculpt.
Yeah, and you got it. You have to. It's such an iconic. They really dogged him out, or they dogged the film out about that scene. When I was growing up, particularly when I was reading The Amazing Spider-Man, that run, that's the kind of thing Stan Lee would have had Spidey doing.
Yeah,
going hog wild crazy. Sometimes Peter Parker got, hit with some kind of whatever, and he kind of nutted up. And I thought that was the way Peter Parker would have kind of acted, kind of silly, out of the cuff. I think that's one of the best scenes. I love that scene.
And out of the Amazing Spider-Man, yeah, it is. And even in the cartoon and everything, he's always talking jokes and just walking around and all
That kind of crazy
high-spirited and
stuff would
everything.
happen. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That was totally.
That was my favorite one.
That was
Amazing.
Peter Parker, in my opinion. That was Peter Parker. Yep.
Yeah, so that's a good point, Equan. Yeah, like this. I mean, aside from just the whole suit aspect, like it just being a character like in a civilian suit. This has that meme potential, right? Because you can probably kind of like similar to Deadpool, you can have fun with this figure just because of that scene from that movie. You can have them, even just if you think back to the whole scene in the club where he's kind of doing his moves, he's on the chair and he's kind of twirling around. Gwen Stacy, right? Is that who it's supposed to be? It's Gwen Stacy, right? Yeah, and he was like doing that trick on the chair, kind of balancing on it, and he was doing all his moves on the table. If you just wanted to have fun with the figure, you can get like a little 1/6 table, put him on it, and doing that, the whole move and everything. Yeah, the photo opportunities for this would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah, and just kind of throw them in different places and just you said, on the meme potential for just a figure and the possibilities. That would be funny.
You could have him dancing over into a Star Wars diorama.
Yeah, this would be fun.
Do him like Deadpool. Do him like Deadpool. Take him totally out of his element and put him in all kinds of different dioramas doing that stupid dance.
Or you could put Batman, Dark Knight up.
Yeah.
The head sculpt and put it on there.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I got that. Sorry.
No, go ahead for it.
I got that the black suit Toby as well, and I wanted somebody to make the black suit just like this, so I'm not wasting that head sculpt as well. So I'll probably be going with the Topo for this. Yeah. Instead of letting the head sculpts in the box.
Absolutely. And for that price, it's I think it's worth it.
And if somebody could make a decent Gwen, I'd buy that.
That would be cool, yeah, to actually complete that scene. Yeah, that would be cool.
They will. Maybe they will.
Yeah, hopefully.
That gets me interested because I got an Affleck in the box, but I think with those particular Kento and Topo, he's a little bit. He's bigger. He's one of the biggest Batmans, more muscular, more big, broad.
Yeah,
I don't think it might work on this one, but
maybe Michael can hit you up or give you some information on where he got his body from, his Affleck body, if it's still around.
Now,
I don't know.
Now you talking about me as far as the Affleck body? No.
Yeah.
This is a whole figure. The suit is the only thing I customized. This figure alone is SL Customs, the body and the
it came with everything. Okay.
I see. Okay.
Yes, by a company called SL Customs. It is the BVS Batfleck Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
So originally it comes with him wearing he's got a parka. It's the scene where he's looking for Aquaman in the movie.
In the beginning,
So I have he's got a parka. He's got a parka that comes with him, a gray sweater and pants. I stripped all of that off of him, bought this suit from Void Toys and put it on his body.
Okay.
So you can still, but you can, dude. You can get this SL Custom Bruce Wayne for under $130 if you shop. And the head sculpt is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice. There you go.
That's really cool.
There you go.
Nice.
Be on the lookout for that. Yeah. Michael, maybe we can share the link where you got yours with us.
I got mine a couple of years ago for $99.
Oh man, a couple of years ago. Okay, so it might be hard to find. Gotcha.
No, you can still find him. He's around.
Okay, even better. All right, good to know. For you Affleck fans who are looking for need a body or just want that version,
SL Customs.
SL Customs. There you go.
Let me get it.
Yep. Let me address the chat here before we go on to the next one. We have thanks for that info, by the way, Michael.
No problem.
On the suit and on that SL Customs figure. We have Ben Thomas in the house. The Ben Thomas Show. What is up, Mr. Nutter Butter himself? Hey, everyone. He says, thanks for coming through. For those of you that don't know, Ben is also, he has a stream going on at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And so this show may overlap with that one, so no worries. I know sometimes we get it doesn't always work out, doesn't always coordinate, but if you're interested, either after the stream or during the stream, you want to check out his stuff, go show him some love and see what he's got going on over there. I try to make it when I can.
I can't jump on tonight, but when Ben was over on Beam Stream, he invited me over onto the show. But how do you get on Ben's show? Ben, if you're there, let me know. And I'm on Figure Lowdown on Instagram. You can always send me a link.
Ben, have your agent call.
My agent will get in contact with yours.
Yeah, put him in contact. Yeah, but thanks for asking though, Ben, again, and thanks for dropping by and tuning in while you prep for your show. So yeah, I'll
this
be.
This is for Ben too, by the way. This Bob Marley.
Oh yeah.
That's for Ben.
Yeah, and happy Smoke Day, Ben. Yeah.
Yeah.
May your buds be plentiful.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so going on to the next one here. Let's see here. Now that was it for 6 scale. Switching it up to 12 scale now. We have first up the Frazetta Girls Conan here. So you guys were talking about Conan earlier from Kaustic Plastik. We got the Frazetta Girls version here in 12 scale. This is it is up for pre-order. Going around $70 to $90 again, depending on where you shop around. Set to come out this year, June, July, so sometime during the summer. Standing a little tall, actually. It's about 7.7 inches, so 17 centimeters. I think I got that right. 7, so like kind of more like the 7-inch scale-ish, it seems like.
Yeah.
I think yeah, okay. So everything you see here, per the description, so one newly developed Conan body with 32 points of articulation. That's quite a bit. Typically, what we've been seeing is like 30 points, but this has 32. So yeah, that's quite a bit there. 2 head sculpts you can see there, one without the helmet, one with the helmet, 3 sets of hands, the sword, scabbard, of course, you got his classic sword, his small battle axe, the large double-bladed battle axe, the shield, removable helmet, it says, with removable hair. Okay, so you can remove the helmet, apparently. 1 dagger with the scabbard and a metal chain, 2 arm bracers, of course, you can see the armband, the belt necklace, and it says deluxe packaging window box, featuring the artwork of the man himself, Frank Frazetta. And so there are actually 2 versions of this, right? So this is the regular version, but there is what they're calling a DJ Toys exclusive. And it seems like the only difference that I can see is the helmet, this horned helmet. This one has the curved horns here on the bottom right, you can see. Let me zoom in. So this is the exclusive, I believe. And he has kind of like a grinning look, whereas on the standard, the horns are a little more kind of flared outwards to the side here. Looks like the same facial expression. But other than that, I think everything else is the same. Correct me if I'm wrong here in the panel or in the chat. But it's, I think, aside from that, everything else appears. Oh, no. The sword looks different, too. I just noticed that. And the shield. Okay.
And the shield, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So here's, again, standard version. Here's the shield here. And the sword, you can see, has more of like a curved sword. And then on the exclusive, the sword is straight here.
Yeah.
The shield has it like that point in the center. Okay. That nipple there. Yeah.
But I like that version.
Yeah.
It is cool.
Yeah. It is cool. Yeah. Aside from that, everything else looks to be the same. And let me go through some of the photos here. Here's the packaging here for the 2 different versions, it looks like. Again, drawn by Frank Frazetta himself. Yeah, it looks.
I've seen reviews of these figures by Frazetta.
Yeah.
They, the Fire and Ice, the Tigra, and the Dark Wolf. They turned out really good, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know Mezco's done 2 of these, maybe 3.
Yep.
Conans,
3, yeah, 3.
They sold out quick. They were really popular. So I'm glad they're doing more Conan figures. More Conan is great, and they also have a Vampirella. I don't know if that's out yet, but yeah, looks great.
Yeah, I know they're a little higher price than some of the other 12 scale kind of equivalents ish. But yeah, like you said, I know they are. So this one has a lot of articulation. Of set 32. The Tigra, I know some of the other figures didn't have as much, but like you were saying, Equan, the paint on those figures looked really good. I have that Tigra with the Panther, and the paint applications are really good. and it looks to be pretty good on this one. This one seems to have more articulation though. But now that I'm looking, it says 32 points, but I don't see a double joint here on the elbows. So that's kind of interesting. It just has the
looks
one
single. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, like
it looks as though you have the collapse of the chest. You're using the upper portion as for to do your bends as opposed to below the ab. You see where it looks like it. There's some cuts below his pecs.
Yeah. I see.
So normally you wouldn't put it there. That's an interesting place to put it, but it does. I guess it works still.
Yeah, it kind of blends in, right? Because that would kind of be where like the muscle, kind of definition would be anyway. So it's kind of good engineering there, oversight to kind of put that there. I know you want to try to blend in the joints where possible to kind of have it blend in, right? So it's not as apparent.
But you're right about the double joint because with those biceps, I can't imagine that doing a complete double joint move. Maybe the knees could. That looks possible.
Yeah, the knees look double jointed. I will say before I have mentioned, sometimes it doesn't make sense to do a double joint if you can't get that full range anyways because of like muscles. Like in this case, maybe even if they gave him a double joint, it would be limited by the muscle, right? And so it looks to be the cut looks to be somewhat deep enough to where he could probably bend all the way up to his bicep. In that case, that should be fine. So I guess maybe we haven't seen this yet. At least I haven't.
Well, I think they made an honorable attempt at trying to make it as seamless as possible by doing that. So I don't give them take off points for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I worship at the altar of this man. When I was a kid growing up, I was voracious at trying to be John Buscema, John Romita, Kirby. I was constantly sitting down. I created a whole universe of my own superheroes. So I learned anatomy off of Frazetta and all of those guys. I got this big, huge book that I still have that I bought when I was about 16 years old. It's one of these large magazines, and it's loaded with these big, huge pictures of Frazetta's drawing. I think he's one of the greatest illustrators of all time. And what are we talking about for this particular package here? How much do they want?
So this was 70 to 90 USD.
Okay, yeah. I can deal with this one. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I do have
June,
July 2020 of this year. June, July 2025.
That's
soon.
So
it should be pretty soon. Yeah, and I do have a comparison, kind of what Equan mentioned. I have a comparison to the Mezco, just the figure itself, to kind of show the looks, because like he said, some people are kind of along with the same camp as you, Michael, where they love Frank Frazetta's art, they love this version of Conan, and that Mezco, like he was saying, was sold out. That first version, and there was 3 versions, but that first version sold out almost everywhere, if not everywhere, and it's kind of hard to get now. From what I understand, last I looked, but they ended up doing like a another Conan. I forgot what the second one was, but then they did a King Conan also. Mezco did.
Yep.
And so I'm guessing
maybe
So I think maybe Frazetta might follow suit and do multiple versions. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating here, but
they should.
Anyone else
really
got any?
Should. You got
thoughts on this, Conan?
Yeah, you gotta do both.
I really like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And the box art, really nice.
The box art is cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Here's that display packaging that I was saying that they did here, like we see sometimes, like with NECA.
I love it when they do that and you can open it up.
Yeah, me too, man. That's
super cool.
When NECA does it, man, it's haunting. I'm afraid to open it because they look so good inside of it. It's tempting. So tempting.
The
display
itself is really good.
I think that open cover, like that book style, is perfect packaging.
Yeah. Equan, are you a fan of Conan at all? Or are you interested in getting like any of the Frazetta girl stuff, or do you have any of those?
I might. I have the Vampirella on PO.
Oh, okay.
That's
I
my
didn't get any of
girl.
the Fire and Ice figures, because I didn't really watch that until like later on, so I didn't really have a connection. But you know, Conan stuff, yes, I have the Mezco King Conan regular version, so I'm kind of like debating if I need another Conan like in that same Frazetta style. Although, yeah, I'm still thinking about. I might do it if I can put him in a different look, like maybe with the crown or something. But that might be an option. I'm still kind of mulling over it right now, but again, like you guys were saying, his art style is iconic. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely with it. I'm just excited to see what else they got next coming down the pipe.
Yeah, I tell you, man, Vampirella would be awesome.
Is that your girl?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was another because Conan was it Marvel? They used to do these giant sized comics. They were as big as Life magazine. They were huge, man. And I used to buy the Conans and the Vampirellas all the time. And they used to have one called Spirit as well, a comic book character called the Spirit. And they used to come out in these large size comic magazines. I used to buy them all the time, man. So yeah, I hope they do a Vampirella, and they got to juice her up.
Yeah, no, they did. I think they already. Equan says he has it. Like this company did a Vampirella, and they released it, right, Equan?
Okay,
it's already released. You already have it, or is it on pre-order?
It's on pre-order right now.
Okay.
Well, actually, it should be out by now. I don't have it yet, but
okay, gotcha.
Soon. I think it just released, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a look at real quick at the Frazetta Girls website, and we'll see.
Okay.
After I show these comparison figures here. So yeah, I mentioned, like Equan and I mentioned, Mezco has done quite a few versions. And so here we have the Mezco version. This is the first version on the left, and then this new Frazetta Girls version on the right. Kind of doing like a quick comparison. It seems like the one on the left, the Mezco one, has a little more realistic look. There's a lot more vein work in the body and the sculpture there, a lot of more definition. It could be the paint for the muscles. And the one on the right has a more kind of comic animated type of style look, just based on the head sculpt. You can kind of see in the face, he looks more, looks kind of more like a comic book type of facial depiction than it does on the left there. But yeah, of course, the Mezco, there's a different price there. The Mezco one was like $99, I believe, when it initially came out, so just under $100. But you know how Mezco does? They, cloth, fabric goods, shit ton of accessories, hands, and things like that. So yeah, they definitely packed it in there with all the goodies. The Frazetta Girls, it sells a good amount, but not to the same amount as the Mezco, but it is lower in price also. So like I said, about $70 on the Frazetta Girls website, and then there's like $90 on some other websites also. So
can you still find that Mezco, Conan? Is that around?
Oh no, that's long gone.
That's long gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you put these up side by side, Feezy, because I was going to make a further comment about that Frazetta Girls, and now that I see it alongside the Mezco looks far better. My problem with the Frazetta Girls is that I don't think that they're representing Frazetta's images as well as they could be. Okay. I'm pretty disappointed, quite frankly, in the Frazetta Girls. That Mezco Conan looks absolutely killer. I would have preferred that. And I remember this come out about 3 years ago? Oh no, the Mezco one.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was like during COVID times, from what I remember.
Yeah, and that's probably why I didn't jump on it then. But now that I look at it now, that Mezco is much more sincere to Frazetta's type of artwork than that. It really does blow that Frazetta Girls away, because you're right, Feezy. The Frazetta Girls looks a lot more comic book. But not comic in the Frazetta style, but more animated looking. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And but that Mezco, man, he looks so sinister.
Yeah.
Like
that face sculpt. He's out for blood, man. And then those, the way the muscles are rippling and the veins. I'm sorry I didn't grab it. Damn it.
Yeah, man. It was really, they have a hit when this is a general release, right? It wasn't like exclusive or limited to Mezco's website. I think it was general release, and man, it's just one of those sets.
No,
just like the Turtle 4 set. It was
exactly
as popular as that set.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
And
it's-
Mezco never re-releases a figure, do they?
No, they'll they might recolor it or repaint it or something.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Other than that, they don't reissue the stuff.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
that picture. I mean, if it looks anything like that, man, that's a great picture. I like that. I like that a lot.
Mezco comes down with a lot of accessories. I really like it. When I do get some stuff right there, I think I got the Wolverine, and it came in a tin box, and
Yeah.
it had
With
all
the
these.
steel base?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
tons of stuff in there.
I would have liked to have gotten him and gotten a throne.
Oh,
Yeah,
Conan.
there was
Yeah.
a throne version.
Or even, I mean, I would get a throne even with him. He doesn't even have to be King Conan. I'm like Robert Marvin there too, where I'm digging figures that are sitting down in cool chairs, bro.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Just posed up. Yep.
Yeah, I got Deadpool sitting in a chair. I've got my man, freaking from Batman, Ice guy, Mr. Ice.
Oh yeah. Mr.
yeah.
Yeah. What was that his name? Mr. Ice? Is that what they labeled him?
Mr. Ice. Yep.
Mr. Ice.
Yeah,
Mr.
they gave him an ice throne, and yeah,
He's just
I'm
chilling.
even thinking about. I'm thinking about
I'm
getting.
chill.
I'm thinking about getting. What's his face from Iron Man 3?
The Mandarin?
Mandarin?
So-called Mandarin. Yeah.
Dude,
Trevor?
that
Trevor
figure
Slattery,
is
yeah.
out. Yeah, everything is weird. It's dope, and he's got
It
a
is.
chair. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. He came with chair. Yep.
I'm thinking about it.
Anyone else got any thoughts on the Frazetta girls here, Conan or the Mezco? The
Um,
figure.
yeah.
Go
Like
for
the turtles, I too am tired of seeing it in 12 scale. The Mezco looks fantastic. If I could get him in 6 scale, like just frickin' give it to me. Because I have 2 in 12 scale. I have 2 Frazetta, the comic style. I have the McFarlane's one in the throne, and the one with his arms up holding the axe or the hammer.
Oh, nice.
I'm good with those. Unless somebody made something like that Mezco in 6 scale, I would totally buy that.
Me too, man.
We're all
give me-
starving for the 6 scale and the turtle 6 scale too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you,
Yep.
and
That's
if
just-
you give that Mezco head sculpt movable eyes, game over, baby.
Oh yeah.
Game over, man. Man, everyone's
Yeah.
tweaking for a 6 scale Conan. Yeah. Mitchell Lawrence here. Also, yeah, same boat as you, Blues. This Mezco's Conan is cool, but I'm saving my coin for Plastik's version. Yeah, man.
Oh no, that's right.
Just like you guys are saying, everyone's fiending, waiting for that, anticipating that Caustic Plastik Conan. So
Yep.
yeah, I am as
Oh,
well. Yeah, I'm
man.
hoping that one comes out good. But yeah,
Nobody's making the Frazetta one, or nobody's making the Frazetta style like
right.
the Mezco, and because that also would be coming home for sure.
Oh, without
They did it
man,
in 6
six
scale.
scale of that one. Oh, for
I can see
sure,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So me personally, I'm with Equine. I have the Mezco. I think I can't remember now. I think I have all.
You
2
got that
figures of
Conan right
Mezco.
there?
Yeah, the Mezco ones. But I think I'm good on the Frazetta girls. But it is a good opportunity for those who don't want to pay the aftermarket price of these Mezcos.
Right.
And you just want that representation again to have in their 12 scale collection. This is a good option here to have this Frazetta girls version. So I mean, yeah, you still got a good amount of stuff. I mean, the stuff that he does come with is still pretty detailed. I mean, look at the shield, look at the painting and the detail and the sculpting on the shield. That looks awesome. And just like the detail on the sheath or the scabbard, I should say, for his sword and all these weapons in general. Damn, yeah, looks good.
That's a nice boatload of stuff.
Yep. All right, let me address the chat. We have Commander Green in the house. Hands on deck, Commander Green. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming through. Hopefully, you have a good day. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Let's see here. And yeah, Ben Thomas says, hell yeah, 420 and chocolate bunnies. I'm in heaven. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was doing that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming through, Commander Green. Oh, and Valkyrie Magnus.
Valkyrie.
He came through to stop by, say hello. Hopefully, you're having a good day as well, Valkyrie Magnus. I know he wanted to join us, but he couldn't. He had plans going on. But again, I know how that is. Life definitely comes first, so no worries at all. I'm sure there'll be other opportunities for Valkyrie Magnus or any of you here on the panel or anyone else out there in the chat. interested in joining me, yeah, by all means, please let me know. Please let me know. Just talking figures for the love of the figures. It's good discussion. So I'm up for having guests on the show as well. Yeah, please, yeah, reach out. Let me know. All right. Anyone else got anything else on Frazetta Girls Conan? All right. Going on to the next warrior here. Jumping more to a futuristic, modern time frame of a warrior. This is the Hiya Toys Exquisite Super Series. Rick Grimes from The Ones Who Lived, spinoff show from spinoff from Walking Dead, right? Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I think this is the one with Rick and Michonne. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So this is. Yeah. Oh, just in it. Okay. So this is going for around a little pricey, but this is again Hiya Toys is Exquisite series. This is 1/12. This is going for about 120 to 127 USD. This is kind of more of their like their higher end line of 1/12. They also have a 1/18 version of this figure, and it gets kind of confusing, right? Because if you type in, Rick Grimes, The Ones Who Lived, you'll see both versions. So just watch out for the scale. There's one in like 1/18, one in 1/12. So if you see one that's less like than $120 or $115 and you get excited, just double check the scale because it might be the 1/18 version.
Right.
Yep, Not to say that they're probably you can't find a better deal on the 1/12, but I'm just saying look out for that because that does get confusing.
Yeah, because they not that long ago, because at one time they were just doing like 1/18 or whatever.
Yeah.
They just kind of recently, within the last year or two, gotten into the 6-inch line. Yeah, kind of recently. Yeah. One thing about Hiya Toys, I picked up some little bitty alien figures.
Oh, okay.
But one thing, the reputation that Hiya Toys has is, no matter how small they go, man, their stuff is detailed. They really are very detail oriented company.
They look like a good company. I've been on the fence of getting some Rambo stuff from them.
Yeah,
and it was like, and it says it looks real good.
Yeah,
they got a good reputation around. Yeah, they've been around a while.
Yeah, they have been around a while. So this one here comes with an alternate head sculpt. You can see there has two. He has one kind of angry look, and then more of like a kind of more stern look. And we'll look at some photos where he has both head sculpts. 2 masks, right? So he has his mask version and then like a gas mask type of look. 6 interchangeable hands, his M4 rifle, pistol, sword, hatchet, and a base with a figure stand that you can see there. So one of the hands there, this might be a spoiler, but it's in here in the figure. So just FYI, it's here. He has a attachment for where his hand would be. There's like a blade coming out of it. So instead of a hand, that you get that blade there. That's part of the story. So I'll just stop there. I won't go too much into it, but yeah, that.
You got me. He's like, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, I honestly don't know because again, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the show or read the comics.
I haven't seen
the show, but this is kind of implying something happens there.
Okay.
To his hand, but so standing just over, like it says here, look over 6 inches. We said it's a 12 scale, 15.8 centimeters, and I don't have any Hiya Toys. In any scale, so I have been tempted with some of them. I was tempted to get I went over the Universal Soldier figures that they have coming out. Mm-hmm. Speaking of Jean-Claude Van Damme, they were doing both Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme's character. Nice. But I held back again, just trying to be selective and trying to cut down where I can. I'll wait to see how those figures come out. Those finals.
I think they dip into, if I recall correctly, Godzilla, King Kong, all that.
I have the Godzilla and King Kong figures from Hiya Toys. Mainly because I used to collect the monster arts, which are more than double the price. And comparing them, Hiya Toys, the sculpt and the paintwork, I think are better than the SH monster arts.
Oh wow!
And they're half the price.
Perfect.
So they got great Godzilla, King Kong figures. And these head sculpts look great, even for the scale. This head sculpt looks pretty good. To be honest.
Yeah, it does. Yep. Yeah, and the photo's kind of blurry, but from just what I can tell so far, it does look awesome. The head sculpt does look.
Yep. Yeah, that one looks really good.
Nice.
Yeah, those look good. Yeah, to your point, Equine, I was looking at some of those Godzilla monster arts look kind of tempting because they look good. The only thing that was kind of hesitant that I didn't pull the trigger on them was because they were a little bit smaller size. I would have preferred them to be bigger. But then, obviously, how big do I want it to be / need it to be, and then how much would I be willing to pay, that whole thing. But for the scale they're at and the paint and the sculpting on it, they did look good. But yeah, like I said, I don't have any of the so it's Hiya. Is that how you actually pronounce it? Hiya toys?
Yeah.
I thought it was Hiya, but
I thought it was Hiya.
It more than likely it's probably not pronounced the way it looks.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, did they, if I again recall this, is if they did the Godzilla, did they get Godzilla or did they do it? I believe from the last movie, Godzilla was.
They've actually done it for all the Godzilla movies, like the MonsterVerse. They've even done them for like previous older movies. Sorry, there's construction going on in the back. The water.
Oh, that's right. I can't hear it. I hear the music.
Got it. But yeah, they're doing like they're getting to doing all the figures SH Monster Arts does. They're all the similar scale.
Okay.
Actually, I think Monster Arts is slightly smaller, to be honest.
Okay.
They're like chunky. They're like you can drop it and it'll be fine. They're really sturdy.
Oh, nice.
They're sharp too. So especially for Godzilla, the spikes are sharp.
Yeah, just be careful.
They're pretty good in general. I forgot what I was going to say, but basically, they're really doing like all the ones Monster Arts are doing. I think they're great, especially for the price. The price.
Do you have a con?
Yeah,
Hey, Fiji, can you go back to the picture just not this one? Yeah.
This one?
Right there. That's an army build right there, man.
Yeah. I was going to mention that, but I'll touch on that here in a second.
Okay. Go ahead.
Mike, you were going to say?
Yeah, no, I just asked him. Does he have a con? Equine? You have a
Kong? Yeah, they have Kongs. They have all the Kongs. They have the one with the axe, even the one with the power glove. They got all of them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, even the one with the metal tooth. In the latest movie, you got that tooth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also have the King Ghidorah. It is huge. It is like, due to the wingspan, it is massive for that scale.
Ghidorah is my favorite out of all of those monsters. I love Ghidorah.
Is that your guy, Ghidorah?
Ghidorah. Always been, man. And when I was a kid growing up, man, I was always rooting for kick his ass, get him, Ghidorah.
Yeah, to get to your point, Michael, on this. I was thinking about that too. Like for those who, again, the fabric, I think because of the higher price, or one of the reasons it's a higher price because it comes with fabric, cloth goods, fabric goods, cloth like clothing, kind of similar to Mezco. And so that's what makes it part of its Exquisite Super Series, from what I understand. You can kind of see it here. And yeah, this could be a potential army builder if you don't mind paying the money for multiple of these.
3 or 4 of those will look dope, man. Especially, they all have those helmets on. Will look dope.
Yeah, this does look cool though. This does look cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm digging that, but I'm probably not gonna get it. But boy, that in the 6 scale would be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Blue. I don't have your make it in 6 scale logo, or we need it in 6 scale.
Yeah.
I mean, if a lot of the 1/12, had that detail and stuff like that, I would trade all my 6 scale for 12 scale. But 12 scale just hasn't gotten to that level of detail quite yet. But these head sculpts are fantastic.
Well, not everybody has gotten to InArt's level because they're getting ready to take it over, bro.
Oh yeah.
I want to see how that goes. I pre-ordered one just to be nosy.
Well,
I said, looks good. Let me see it.
It's one of the few figures 6 or 12 scale where I don't think I've heard a bad. Everybody's blown away. I haven't heard a bad thing about it yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
I'm curious too.
Yeah, man. Hiya's got some cool stuff. I just wish they would maybe grow up a little more. Let's go to the 6 scale. But that would cost a lot. It would cost a lot to refit. Maybe they
No
should
split
just
cut
stay
boot?
where they are. You know.
What were you saying, Blue?
No split cut boot. No.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I wonder if the it just rotates here where the boot is.
yeah, I didn't know.
But yeah, you're probably right. I
Right.
don't know.
Huh.
I don't have any of the, like I said, I don't have any of the previous figures, so I'm not sure how it is.
Yeah.
I need to go watch because I know so far they've released. They have other Walking Dead figures that they've done. I can't remember all what they released. I know they released a Judge Dredd in 1/12 as well. I don't know, Equal, if you heard anything about that figure and how that came out. The Judge Dredd from Hiya Toys or Hiya Toys.
And look at this is what I'm talking about detail. You can see on this pic, you can see the mud on the bottom of his boots. Right?
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, that's right. I
Look,
remember that.
that's what I'm talking about. These guys don't play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
so maybe
nowhere else.
go out and check some of those reviews on the Judge Dredd. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to before the stream, but yeah, I think that was one of the ones that released so far in this series, the Exquisite series, the Super Series up for 1/12. So yeah, does look good. But yeah, like Michael was saying, I think I'm gonna pass on this one. Not one that I think I would really need, but it does look awesome for all you Walking Dead fans out there who want to add this to your shelf, your 1/12 Walking Dead shelf. There's quite a few figures out there in this line. Let's see. Mitchell Lawrence here is saying, I got the Hiya Toys Godzilla and Kong figures on pre-order. Nice. Yeah, speaking of the Godzilla, I was eyeing that charged up one, I think from the one they have that just went up on pre-order. I don't know, Equan, if you know what movie that was, but there was one who was charging up.
One or the blue one?
The blue one.
Oh yeah. They have multiple versions of that.
Yeah.
It's called a heat ray, and like there's ones where the spike is blue and the eyes are blue, and there's one where it's just the face is blue and he's shooting out the ray.
Am I thinking of the same ones where don't they have one where it's literally pink?
Yeah, that's.
Or am I thinking of another company?
No, they have that too. It's where he's. It's from the latest movie, and it's like the evolved version of him.
Yeah,
it's pink.
Yeah, that's evolved. Yeah. Speaking of Godzilla, we got P-Rockzilla himself, the man. What is up, P-Rock?
Hey, that's Mr. 420 right there, baby.
Yeah. Happy smoke day to you as well, good sir. Yeah, if anyone knows Godzilla, it would be him. Yeah, we're talking about the Godzilla from Hiya Toys, P-Rock.
Happy 420, P-Rock.
Oh yeah.
Huge
you know he's having a good day.
Yep. Buds and bunnies for him also, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, to your point, Equan, I think it was the one that had the light up, the blue spikes and the blue eyes. I think that's the one I saw recently. That looked really cool. I like that look with the blue over the pink.
Yeah, some of them you can tilt the head all the way up, and they can fire the beam up in the sky, like in the movie.
Oh, really?
So it might be that.
Oh,
they've
that's
released
cool.
so many versions of that, so it could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it with the blue.
Yeah, same. Yeah, with the blue. Yeah. Looks awesome. And again, we're saying this looks good, but as usual, for all these photos with all these figures, these are just prototypes, and it's a little more clearly here. Sometimes it's kind of this language is hidden or further down in small print, but here I like how they just put it here: prototype shown, final product may be different. So as per usual, this does look good. Hopefully the final comes out that way. Anyone else got any thoughts on this Hiya or Hiya? So is it Hiya or Hiya?
Hiya from what I know, but once again, that's all best I can go.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That's all I've ever heard it pronounced as, but
Okay. So either way, up Rick Grimes. Like I said, link in the description if you're interested. Take a look around, shop around. But going from one looking sculpt to another one, in my opinion, we're going to look at the King of the West, that is. And this is the Hellcat King of the West, aka not Aragorn. Not Aragorn.
Boy. Oh,
so again, 1/12, going for 90 to 130 USD, set to come out Q3 of this year, so third quarter of this year. Some of the things he has here, some of the accessories we'll go over real quick. So of course, rooted hair, if you can't tell, the head sculpt with rooted hair for the 12 scale, which is impressive as usual. 6 hands. The necklace, which is actually metal, which is apparently going to be metal per the description. His pipe, his belt, to the backpack. So dagger and 2 swords, which are also going to be metal, apparently, die cast, or just as metal here. So arrow bag with 2 bows, 4 arrows, and then his stand. And so I'm not The only other figure that I'm familiar with them doing in 12 scale is the Gray Wizard, aka not Gandalf the Gray. And that I did see reviews on. I heard nothing but good things on that so far. The only thing that I've heard in comment that a lot of people have mentioned was the ankle articulation is a little limited. It's kind of one of those hinge pin. So you can only, get rotation in one direction. Either if you have it facing forward, right, you can only do forward and back, and you have to rotate the peg to get side to side type of thing. But other than that, people are saying good things about the sculpt. The cloth goods has a wire on it on the Gandalf, or the not Gandalf, on the Gray Wizard, I should say. So I'm guessing it might have wires in this one as well. Again, they didn't say it in the description, so take that with a grain of salt. They may not, but if you want to go off that previous figure that had a wire, and that also had. So that Gray Wizard had two versions. There was a standard and deluxe. The deluxe is the one that came with the rooted hair as well, like the beard and the head had rooted. And the standard, everything was sculpted except for he had like two strands of like bangs on the front that were rooted apparently, which is kind of interesting. They only just went with those two strands that are rooted, but everything else on that standard was sculpted. So yeah, again, check out those reviews to kind of get an idea and see for yourself. But it's interesting how they only did the version with the rooted hair, and there's no sculpted hair look. But this does look good. This, this for 12 scale, I think the face sculpt looks pretty good. I passed.
Put it. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
For these figures, the head sculpt, they put it in like like that little container,
jar,
like Hot Toys does.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I saw that. Yeah.
Extra premium.
Yeah. You get that look. Yeah. And I saw that in the reviews. Yeah. To what Equan was saying, like they, similar to what, in art and what Hot Toys is doing with their artisans, they put them like in that glass clear case. So it comes shipped like that. So the hair doesn't get all messed up. And so they did that with the Gray Wizard. This company here.
That's right. Another innovation by NR.
Yeah. Yes. And speaking of, so I didn't get the Aragorn just because I didn't justify to myself paying that much for Aragorn or a Lord of the Rings figure. I'm just not that huge of a fan, so I passed on that. But now having it in 12 scale, it's a little more reasonable, and it still looks good. Fabric, like I said, cloth goods. He was known as a ranger, right? And so even if you're not a fan of the specific character, you can just have him as a general character, put him with your other fantasy figures as a ranger type character.
Dude, that looks pretty sweet right there.
Yeah, right.
I'm digging this soft goods are looking dope, man.
Yeah, and the weirdly enough, the head sculpt looks like the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop.
That's right.
And the way the arm bends, it makes his upper arm look super long and weird
It does look kind of long.
The way the arm bends, and his like upper arm is like super long. And then his forearm is like super short. Yeah, I think they need to bring that joint up just a tad. Yeah.
Gotcha. And here's that Gray Wizard here that I was mentioning. This looks like the sculpted version because all the hair there look like whatever type of material they use. The hat is plastic. It's like magnetic. I think I saw from the review. The hat is plastic there. Let's see here. Oh, looks like Michael, I got you twice. I don't know what's going on there. But let me see. Oh, let me remove that one and then add this one. There we go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're tripping me out there.
Well, it's Comcast, those jerk offs. Anyway.
Oh, I gotcha. You dropped out. Yeah, so I imagine that with the hair, just like any of the other rooted figures and other scales, you're probably gonna have to mess with it. Maybe put some product in it. I don't know how much product they're gonna use on this. Like I said, I'm not familiar with. I don't have any of these figures, so I'm not sure how that's gonna be. But I would imagine you would have to get ready to spend some time on that. But this does look cool. I kind of see what Blue's saying here.
Me too. I'm seeing the giant arms.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm guessing they would use some sort of like a typical body like other figures would use, if not their own custom one. So yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it's just like an illusion or something. I don't know. It could be something's going on there. I'm not sure. But yeah, here's the
I tell you this though, it doesn't turn me off.
right.
Because I'm really not going to be all that paying much attention, particularly because it's going to be so layered up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same. And here's the sword and the swords and the dagger. Again, these are supposed to be metal. Here's the quiver with the bows in it, and one of the bows. I mean, sorry, a quiver with the arrows in it, and then one of the bows here. It's supposed to come with 2 bows, so it says. And then again, 4 arrows, so 4 loose arrows. And here's an unnamed can. Got to cover that up, yeah.
And they put an apple. Then an apple.
Yeah, I don't know skills unless they put an apple.
I get a kick when they put the apple on. I said, okay, it's bigger than an apple.
No,
that's compute.
Yo, that's Rockstar. That's Rockstar energy drink right there, buddy.
Yeah,
it's the fruit punch.
The fruit punch one, yeah,
or the cherry.
Yeah. Some of these, again, the metal chain. This is the, I think this is the necklace that what's her name, Ottowin, Liv Tyler's character, gives him. Right, looks like that's like that leaf here.
Good enough.
Again, it's supposed to be metal. There's this pipe, and then this, the gauntlets here, his forearm guards. The detail on that looks pretty good too. One of the hands is bloody.
Yeah.
Here on the far right. That's awesome.
That's cool. Little blood there.
Yeah. So. Yeah, this was cool. Like I said, I passed on the in art, but this was interesting. This was one I wanted to have in Aragorn again, because like Michael and myself, and probably some of you out there, we like to mix our action figures, and so having just not just Aragorn, not Aragorn, I should say the King of the West. Let me call him King of the West. Having that fantasy figure, or just a general like Ranger type figure, to compare with other figures, and then your display would be awesome to have. So.
Hey, listen, be patient. Go ahead.
It was going for 90 to 130 USD.
Okay. And man, just last year was the beginning of a new revolution in 12 scale, man. These companies now, they're stepping up big time.
Yeah, they're stepping up.
Major, man. They seriously are giving 6 scale companies competition. I mean, I don't mean competition, but just the level of detail that they're doing and stuff. I mean, it's quite impressive.
InArt's going to change the game.
Totally, bro.
Everybody's going to see, well, we need to do it like that. And then InArt has, like, if I recall, there's maybe 5 more figures coming out on 112.
But guess what? They're gonna do Lord of the Rings in 12 scale. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. Telling you.
Yeah, I can see them making an impact on the license side of things, right? Because like I was saying when I was talking about that InArt figure, that 12 scale Batman, that we can see here. There's some third party companies who've kind of been doing already what InArt is now doing officially, right? But they've just been doing it unofficially.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, an official license point, InArt is definitely making an impact again on the 12 scale. Everyone definitely has people talking for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like speaking of like the Batman figure from InArt, Mafex has their own, and it blows it out of the water, and it's like cheaper, if not the same price as the Mafex one. So they might have to rethink how they do the live action. And also Mezco teased that they're going to do a Dark Knight Batman, and they got their work cut out for them because it's going to be like 120-ish around that price, and it's already more expensive than the InArt price. So I don't know how they're going to get that figure out. So everybody else.
There's also another company. I think it's some name LLZ or FFZ or something.
Oh yeah.
LPZZ or something.
Yeah, but they showed the latest. They showed the latest head sculpt, and it's incredibly downgraded from the one that they used to have. That they're initially the prototype. I mean, incredibly downgraded. It might be the downfall of that particular line because the head sculpt looks. If it's the same, it looks horrible. I mean, from what they showed the prototype, it looks
like an Arkham Knight Batman or something.
It looks really bad.
Arkham Knight. Yeah, I covered it on a previous stream. Is that the one you're talking about, Michael? Is it the
Arkham Knight? The Arkham Knight.
Oh wow.
The prototype of that head sculpt is way different than what they've shown.
Oh no.
Now.
That's not good. You haven't seen that yet. I have to go check that out then. Oh damn.
I forgot whose stream I was watching. It might have been, was it Canon? Movie Canon? I forgot whose stream I was watching, man. I was like, geez, that's a hell of a downgrade. But so we'll see.
Yeah, this one, yeah, I think the head sculpt here zoomed in looks good, but yeah, I can see now what Blue was saying does look like the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop, the antagonist here. Yeah, I forgot his name.
But is it 12 scale? They're leaning toward, real hair, artisan, if we say.
You mean in this company in particular, or in general?
Well, in this company, or maybe more companies are going into that line of.
There's not a whole lot of companies doing it, so I'm sure it's coming around. It's gonna come around.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna wake up and do it.
Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, we saw some figures. I covered some figures where they're implementing movable eyes in 12 scale, and so yeah, it looks like
yes,
hair.
That's amazing. And you gotta do a Conan with rooted. You got to.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, but to Michael's point, I don't think there's too many other figures doing rooted hair in 12 scale. I'm trying to think now.
I can't think of anybody.
Yeah, to answer your question there, Mike. Mike on that. So yeah, this is one of the few. And also I was going to bring up, so I have covered some 6 scale Hellcat figures. So figures by Hellcat. I don't know if there's technically the same company, they're just doing different scales. Because you know how third parties do with their name, and sometimes how that could be very similar, just slightly different. I don't know. So don't quote me on them being the same company, but I did cover, if it is the same company, then they would be doing that 1/6 scale figure that's supposed to be based on Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Not Caesar, sorry.
No,
wait, is it? I think it was Planet of the Apes, actually. The third one, I think it was, or the second one?
I think it is Caesar, isn't it?
Yeah, Caesar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So there was like 2 versions, one just standard, then one with the war paint.
And because one of wasn't it like rooted hair on that particular chimp?
Yeah, I think it was some sort of fabric hair. I don't know if it was rooted, but it was had fabric hair on it. Yeah.
Like it was what do you call it? Flock?
Exactly.
Or something like
flock. Yeah, that's I think that's the right term. I don't know if that's it, but yeah.
Similar.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what they're doing but that company was also Hellcat. But again, I don't whether they're the exact same company or something similar. I don't know. But that was at that 1/6 scale. So I noticed that. So just an FYI, and I think they've done some other figures in 1/6 scale as well, if it is the same company. But take a look at that. I'll put that in the description below. Also, the link to that figure lowdown where we talked about that not Caesar figure, that Planet of the Apes or Ape Leader, I think they call it, or something like that. Yeah, I'll put that in the description.
Looks like it's the same company. They have the same logo and everything.
Do they? Okay, with the actual skeleton cat?
Yeah, the skeleton cat logo. Looks like they're.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, it looks like they are doing.
Even the 1/6, that says 112. Their 1/6 has the same design too.
Okay.
Their logo, you mean?
Yeah, and the DYM, that thing, they have that for the Caesar as well.
Oh, do they? Okay, well there you go. Yeah, it sounds like all signs point to the same company.
Okay.
Doing multiple scales.
Hey, not bad. I mean, my hat's off. It's not easy.
Yeah, hats off to you.
Hats off.
Hellcats. Do your thing. Go ahead, continue cooking.
Do your thing.
Yeah, do your thing. So this one, like I was kind of touching on. This one I pre-ordered. I'm looking forward to getting this one because this looks cool. I heard good things about like I said, the Gray Wizard.
Oh, you are getting it.
Yeah, it'd be good to have an Aragorn in the collection, or not sorry, King of the West in the collection. Okay. So it'd be I'm looking forward to this one. Anyone else thinking about getting this one, or still on the fence, or passing?
Well, I'm going by that quote that a lot of people go, "I'll wait for in-art."
God, yeah, you're gonna hold out for the 12 scale in-art version.
Oh, dude, I
gotcha.
I'm like I told you guys, I'm going to put them. There won't be a Marvel Legend or a McFarlane touching my in-art display. They're going to be in a world all their own.
It's a shrine.
If in-art pans out the way the pictures and everything is, I'm going to have one case.
That's right.
Batman's going to be the first one, and then whatever they put out in 112, and I'm going to have a whole case.
A nice little specialized area, nice cool lighting on them.
Yes.
And I'm gonna shield the hell out of in-art.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. Oh yeah, here's the shot of the again is the quiver with the arrows in it and the bow. Oh, here's the other bow, right? Here's like a long bow, and then the other bow they showed was kind of more of like the shorter one here on the bottom.
Yeah.
So those are the
Jay,
two
did
bows
you
there.
get
Yep.
the wizard or the Gandalf or whatever?
I did not. No, the Gray Wizard. No, I passed on that one. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Like
need
said,
I need a figure with a bow and arrow, man. I dig bow and arrows, archers and stuff. I gotta get a figure.
Yeah. I wasn't. I liked Lord of the Rings. I just wasn't like a huge like diehard fan, so I passed on the
what
on the Gray Wizard. But
how dare you?
Looking at like from a figure perspective and just like the playability factor, this King of the West, and if they did a not Legolas, the same company, that came out pretty good. Yeah, I'd be tempted with that too. Have speaking of archers, there, Michael, have like this next to a not Legolas. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Anyone else got any other thoughts on King of the West here? Okay. If not, going on to possibly our last figure. We'll see. I'll leave it up to you guys. But we got the Toys Remake, Mr. Question here. 12 scale. Still sticking to 12 scale. Switching over from, realistic to more of like the comic aspect.
I've never seen Riddler in this type of portrayal. No. Where's this coming from?
I do not know. I'll let you guys.
It seems like their own interpretation because they did.
Well, it's not a very good one, if you ask me.
Yeah, it looks like their own.
This is the Toys Remake. You can see here, $67 USD is what I thought around.
Kidding? Come on.
Set to come out Q4 of this year. So towards the end of this year, you can see there's 2 heads. The hat comes with an additional hat there, 8 hands, a set of pistols. I only see the one there, but in the description, it had a set of pistols. The removable ammo clip there, the scabbard, the cane. So the sword, the sword cane, I should say, or like just his knife, his cane knife is what they call it, but it's kind of more like a sword. And then how it goes into his cane for the scabbard. A pair of leather shoes also comes with the leather shoes. Leather shoes in this one, and then obviously the suit. Everything you see with the suit on this. So yeah, I've never heard of this company, but I thought this was kind of an interesting take. I don't think I'm with you guys. I don't recall. I don't follow DC to begin with, so I don't recall seeing this version though of the Riddler.
I have no idea. Is this 12 scale?
Oh, that looks so bad.
Yeah, it's 12 scale. Yeah,
12 scale. This is just horrible, man. I'm sorry. Even if I got this, I can't think of a line of toy company that I would put this Riddler with a McFarlane line of Batman figures. It just looks out of place. It doesn't look if I saw it, I would have no idea have any relation to Batman.
There's no version that you guys can think of of the Riddler that looks like this.
No, I'm saying this particular version is just so out of the norm. I wouldn't place it with my Batman, my other stuff.
Yeah, I've been following this eyepiece, from the 66 all the way up.
Yeah,
I never seen this guy.
You said you haven't?
I've never seen that guy.
No, okay.
Man.
Yeah.
Never.
Were you gonna say Equan?
No, like if you took out the hat with the question, you'd be in the cane. It could be anybody. But I was looking at it. I was thinking about adding it to my Mezco Batman villain section, but I'm like,
okay,
he's gonna make those look kind of ugly because it doesn't look that great, to be honest. They before this is their second figure, but before they did the Red Hood.
Yeah,
and like I need a Red Hood, but it looks. The jacket was just off. Just all of it just looked. The helmet was bad. The jacket was way too big. You know how like 12 scale, when you use materials, it looks bigger. This one accentuated how big this jacket looked like. So like, it all has the same. They're all like the match and finish of like 12 scale does not match the figure itself. With
you're talking about for the Red Hood, right?
Red Hood, yeah.
Gotcha.
I couldn't find any reviews on the Red Hood because I want to see if I wanted to buy it, but it's like this is like $65 for this Riddler. Red Hood was like $85. I don't know. I don't think it was worth the price of the figure.
Gotcha.
It's just to me, it's just a bad representation. I mean,
Yeah.
there's to me, for me, look at the way that arm's been.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it does look kind of odd.
Was a nail.
Hello there. Good day. Yeah.
But the definitive Riddler is going to have a wiry body. I don't care what anybody says. Frank Gorshin, 66 Batman, best Riddler ever. But I love the fact that my man Jim Carrey took particular version from Gorshin and brought it to the Batman. Perfect. Mm-hmm. That's my interpretation of Riddler. This right here, I have. Man, come on. You're
talking about the look where for Jim Carrey and Gorshin, where he was in the tights, that tight bodysuit with the question marks all over it? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Or even in a suit, they're both a lot more spindly. Especially Frank Gorshin had the body of like Bruce Lee. That guy was very. He had no fat, zero fat.
Oh, really? Know? He was ripped.
Well, he was toned. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, I could be way off base. This could be a representation of him somewhere in some comic books line that I don't know of. I just think this is just a poor representation of a great character.
Yeah, I was kind of curious too, and I assumed that Mezco had did a version or somewhat similar, not this exact version, but like something similar, like in a suit like this. And apparently, you can correct me, but I don't think Mezco has done like a version like this of the Riddler, have they?
No Riddler. Yeah, I'm still waiting for like a Mezco version of Riddler.
I bet it'll be better too.
Probably.
The only close skill like non-McFarlane or Mattel is like the Mafex Hush Riddler that just came out, so that's one version as well.
Yeah, and that's true. That's all plastic. FYI, for those that don't like the Mafex version, it's all definitely all plastic, no fabric, cloth goods. So maybe a couple of things. So touching on that, I thought this version, what we're looking at here, this Toys Remake Mr. Question here, was supposed to be like a Hush version because it looked kind of similar to that, but the head sculpts are different. This one here looks older, but the Mafex one, the Metacom, that has like a younger look, and that one is based like Equan was saying from the Hush version of the Riddler.
So this particular character, this design, this look right here is a part of the Hush storyline. This particular character.
That's what I'm saying. Like I thought it was because it's pretty similar.
You thought it was okay.
Yeah, just because the suit is kind of like the styles like this, where it's just all green.
Right.
And I didn't compare the buttons. Sorry, Michael, or the tapering or anything like that. But I don't. But they both have a similar green suit like this. Yeah, they had like a hat with that eye. The eye covering.
Right.
And that mask is kind of the eye covering slightly different too, and the hair. He just has a younger look on the Mafex version. It looks younger. And so there are some differences, but so I don't know if this was inspired by that or what, but it does seem to be like this own company's interpretation of that. Maybe, I don't know. And my second point was going to be that maybe, so if since Mezco didn't do a version of this, maybe this is kind of just like a filler for those who are kind of itching to have that. Like Equan was saying, maybe, for those who don't mind how this looks and they want to add this to their Mezco Batman collection, because I know they came out with that Joker recently. That was it, Golden Age Joker, Equan, the Mezco one.
Yeah, it was a Golden Age Joker.
So
the Golden Age Robin in the Batman that they had before.
Okay, so I wonder if this is kind of for those who just want to have something like some filler in there. This company that I don't know, like kind of pleasing that market for those collectors who are looking to have one. But I don't know. You would think it'd be a matter of time before Mezco does their version. It does look.
Can I ask a question of the panel here? Well, I don't have to ask Blue, but the other fellas. Do you own both Mezco and Mafex figures? Anybody on the panel? Do you own both?
Yeah, I have both. Sorry,
who does?
I have Mezco. That's it.
Okay. In your opinion, who does a better figure? Mezco or Mafex or Mafex?
Go ahead, Equan. I'll let you go. I know we talked about this
There,
before, but
it's that's kind of a nuanced question in that.
yeah,
That's why I'm asking it,
If you're
because
going for the Mezco, you're going more for like you're not going for crazy articulation. You're going for like the more museum or more
accurate.
Well, no, Mezco puts their own spin on their figures. They're not pulled directly from comics, but they're very close to comics. They put a little Mezco flair on them, not too crazy. But for the Mafex, they put it's completely comic accurate. And what they've been doing is the Nightfall and the Hush comic lines for DC, so they're actually ripped straight from the comics. However, you see all the joints and everything, so it depends. Do you want to see the joints, or do you not want to see the joints? Which one you want to go for. I kind of have them. I'm looking at them right now. They're somewhat mixed because I have like the Scarecrow, which is a Mafex, which is jointed, next to like my Joker and Harley, which are a Mezco. They still they blend well still, even though they're jointed. But I mainly go Mezco, and then I use the Mafex to fill in the sub spots that they did Mezco haven't done.
Yeah.
So they do work well. From what I'm looking at, they look like they all work okay.
Yeah.
But once again, you don't. So in other words,
but I would prefer Mafex. I mean, sorry, Mezco.
Okay, cool.
I like the more like Hot Toys-esque cover the joints type of situation.
Did Mafex do a Conan?
Mafex did not do a Conan.
No, they don't. I don't think they have that IP.
They only do like comic like DC, Marvel, Star Wars.
I've seen their Hush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I think Equan nailed it. I would just add, so like Q was saying, I know we made that comparison before. Think of Mezco as like mini Hot Toys. They have like the fabric cloth goods, bunch of accessories.
Well, when it comes to that Conan, I would have to lean toward Mezco because that is a really good look.
Yeah,
I really like that guy.
Yeah, and then for me personally, I tend to lean towards Mafex for their like he was like Equan was saying, for more of like their comic inspired or their take on comic characters. So I'll have a lot of their X-Men. I have some of their Hush figures behind me as well. They have they do pretty well in their anime cartoon comic style figures. They also do like MCU figures, Mafex, but I don't think the face printing isn't as good.
Good.
Yeah, the skull. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly probably Mafex and Mezco, their live action sculpts aren't the best.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yep. So it's just preference, what you're looking for, right? As usual, each company there has their strengths and weaknesses. So what you're looking for. The only thing I think that Mafex has for their cloth goods, so from what I recall, is like capes. So any of the figures that have capes, they're like wired cloth goods, and then everything else is plastic on the But so
okay.
There you go. You got options as usual. But
wow, it's funny.
Not this guy.
Yeah,
it's crazy how much attention we gave this guy.
Yeah, no, it's good conversation, right? Because it just led to other topics, like you guys.
He generated a lot of
He stirred up a lot of
No, I'm glad. As usual, I'm glad I added this because then it had me. I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize Mezco didn't do a version, so I didn't know that. So maybe that just brought on news to some other.
Hey man, Feezy Figures, we go deep in our analyses.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, thanks to you guys. Yeah, thanks for the conversation. Anyone got anything else on this Toys Remake, Mr. Question? Riddle me this, Batman.
I'll pass on this one.
Yeah. It's not a very good Riddler. Like Equan was saying, you remove the hat. Like who the heck is that? It doesn't. I mean the coolest part about this, I mean they are using soft goods, so I'll give them kudos on that. But,
right.
The chair that he was sitting on was probably the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Bigger. Yeah.
The chair's good.
Yeah. This one, so I, like I said before, I don't typically get 6 scale figures with suits on, but if they did this in 6 scale, like the Hush Batman, the Hush version of the Riddler, I think because it stands out and it pops because of the color, I think I might be tempted to do that, to get that depending on how it comes out. Yeah.
I'm sure you can find somewhere. Somebody's going to find places to put this guy.
Yeah, just those
And
Hush
if it
figures in
was,
general.
if it was from Hush, he would have a purple mask, and he's got like a white
okay.
shirt and the black tie, and
Gotcha.
he I mean, and he looks like the Riddler. So
And the green suit with the hat.
Yep.
Oh, did we lose Equan? I think we did. Oh no, there he is. Okay,
did we?
gotcha.
Oh.
Sorry. No, yeah. Sorry. Michael's not sitting. Okay, there. He's not. He left his. He lives away from his desk.
I'll be right there.
He's on a smoke break.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. All right. You guys, how you guys feeling? You guys going to talk about one more figure? I didn't have it on the
Sure.
the list here, but
good.
we can talk about it one more here. Okay, so just added here. Wasn't sure if we're gonna have time, but it looks like we do. We're still just under 3 hours. That's about typical for Figure Lowdown. But here we go. Real quick, this went up yesterday for pre-order, and I think it's still available. So this is the Four Horsemen, the latest Figura Obscura figure. This is Ganesha that they just put up. So $70 USD. This is their new, what they're calling the brand new brute scale figure, right? So they're saying in their description that some of the pieces here are new. Some are reused. So they didn't specify which ones are new in particular, but there's some new parts to this. So it's standing at like 9.125 inches, so around 23.5 centimeters.
Wow.
This is a get. This is a get. This is a get.
So again, a brute scale figure. Yeah, if you're interested, it would jump on it soon because they said they have a little bit limited stock remaining on this. These usually, this Figura Obscura line usually goes pretty quick depending on the figure. And it is in stock. So when they usually put these up, that means they're already in stock and they're ready to ship. It should be shipping soon if you order it.
Oh my God.
So again, $70 USD. Comes with just the one head, but that has movable ears, removable crown that you can see there. Two trunks, interchangeable trunks. One of them has a bendy wire in it apparently, or they call it a bendy trunk in the description. You got 4 arms, and we'll see the other 2 arms attached here to it. So it has like 4 arms total you can have on the body. Of course, the premium soft goods, as in Four Horsemen fashion, the soft goods items there. Quite a bit of bracelets, just jewelry in general, just the bracelets and the necklaces. A bowl of modaka. I don't know what that is, but he comes with it. He or she comes with it. Ganesh comes with it. A bowl of fruits and a mouse, an actual little like an animal mouse, a small little mouse there. Extra hands, and then a base for the figure to sit on. So the tease on this, when they put up the tease, they usually put teases up the day before when they announce these, and then the tease was the quote was like something about removing obstacles, and I had no idea, but people in the comments had nailed it. They said this is going to be Ganesh because this is a deity of obstacles. Apparently, I'm not too familiar with.
It's a part of East Indian spirit.
That looks insane. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's East Indian
Mythology?
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha.
No, East Indian religion. It's a part of their religion.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Ganesh is one of their gods.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. I just wasn't too familiar. I knew it was an elephant only because from The Simpsons. That's how I know.
It is a part of.
Yeah. He made an appearance in I think Conan
right on. And you said 9 inch.
Yeah, just a little over 9 inches. Yeah, so just a little over 23 centimeters. Yep. So this, as usual.
I've got him in my cart right now. I'm going to do something I've never done.
Oh, damn. Here we go.
Live stream. I'm purchasing this puppy.
Here we go. Right on. Live on stream, folks.
What the Four Horsemen do is they usually have the main color figure, which is on their site, and then they put the retailer exclusive, like on BBTS, and it's usually like recolored to something else.
Yeah.
Like
how fast
previously, the Headless Horseman was a red, pumpkin, orange color and red, and then the retailer exclusive was a green flame version, or like Santa was red, and then the retailer was a green Santa. So that's kind of how they do it.
Man,
have they done that with all their Figura Obscura figures? Equan?
Yes, they've done it from all of them. Yeah,
I wasn't sure. I know some of them. I just wasn't sure if they did all of them. So if that's the case and they follow the same pattern, we possibly could see this in a different color variant in the future. If for those of you who for some reason. I don't know what those colors may be, but yeah, if these colors aren't doing it for you, or if you for some reason you're not able to pick this up right now, you could see a potential retailer variation in the future.
Has
From my
anybody
experience,
purchased from Store Horsemen before?
yes, I did buy their Headless Horseman and their Santa.
Okay, once they've got it up for release to order, roughly how long? Once you place the order, how long does it take for them to process it and get it to you?
Usually, when you buy it, it's what they have in stock, so they'll ship it pretty quickly.
Okay, because the
Well,
reason
not
why
a
I'm
few.
asking is I want to purchase it, but I actually got word. I don't know. I was telling some of you guys that I may be moving. I got word I might have an apartment available.
Oh, right. Yep.
I'm going to have to break everything down maybe pretty soon. I don't know how soon. I'll be talking to somebody tomorrow. But I want to order this, but I better hold off until I know what's going on, because like I said, I'm going to have a whole change of address, and I don't want to go ahead and order this yet.
You'll get it within under a month. That's what usually.
Oh, well, I better hold off because I could be moving by the end of this month. So let me see. But geez, I want to get this damn thing.
Equan, this is those particular the Headless Horseman. I seen that one, very nice. I mean, in hand, very good. Is it very good or?
Oh yeah. I only have I mainly get the Knights and then Figura Obscura. Only for the Figura Obscura, I only get the holiday theme one. I'm trying to get one for each holiday. So I was hoping it'd be Easter horror Easter bunny or something for Easter. I'll get it.
Yeah.
That's been interesting. Yeah.
But again, the paint, amazing. The paintwork is very detailed. The sculpt, spot on. Articulation is not you can't do ninja poses with these, but
right.
You can still get the poses that they show you. I have no trouble doing that. They used to be single jointed. Now a lot of their figures are double jointed, so you get a little bit more articulation.
I love this.
Their main point is the sculpt and the paint detail. It's always on point for these guys.
Yep.
I mean, I went down their line and just looking, and it was like incredible.
Well, I'll tell you this: I've never bought a Four Horsemen figure, but I know people who buy them. There's a couple of YouTube channels totally devoted only to Four Horsemen.
Yep.
This company comes out with baller stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this. I got it.
Yeah. And they fully funded their Baethier, that dragon, which is awesome. Congrats to them. Yeah, to that team, Four Horsemen, and the team for getting that funded, unlocking all the tiers. Yeah, kudos to them, man. Yeah, because that was definitely a huge piece and undertaking. They did it. Yeah, so congrats to them.
I'm more apt to buy the Four Horsemen now because, like I said, I barely buy Marvel Legends anymore. I'm just kind of burned out on them guys. McFarlane still has me, but once he leaves the DC line, I may be able to abandon that, and it'll free me up for other companies that I really wanted to invest in, like Four Horsemen and so on, and particularly in art.
But going into Four Horsemen, that's going in deep because they have a lot of stuff.
I know, man. I've been following them, and I've been drooling over a lot of their releases.
Yeah.
And they just recently came out with most of it has been their Mythic Legions, right? But they just came out with their Cosmic Legions within the last year or two, and so now it's all space themed.
And they're all great. Them Cosmic Legions, man, are crazy good looking.
Yeah, man. They're just like Equan said, man. They're killing it here. Their sculpts and the detail and the paint and the
Look
sculpt
at
has
that.
just been awesome.
Oh, that looks
it's really cool.
Hey, wait a minute. No, you don't get a rat with it, do you?
Yeah, you do get a rat with it.
Yeah.
You do?
Rat
included. It comes with rat included.
It's so.
There it goes.
Where's it at? Where's that?
Right
Oh, yeah. This is it.
This
is a must.
You get all the goodies here.
Oh, I see. I don't want it to get lost in the mail. That's my concern.
No, you can't.
Oh yeah, here's the specific hand for the rat too. Looks like you can just peg the rat, and that's
awesome. Peg it in, and the other plated dishes you can pop them.
Oh,
in.
that's so cool.
Oh, cool.
So cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice this. So you're saying you could take out the grapes and like put like the apples or the bananas in there?
Yeah, like the dumpling one right there next to it.
Oh, here,
I took
yeah.
a picture with him holding that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
man.
saying that you can like put that on the peg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha.
they slide in.
Oh,
Okay.
gotcha.
Oh, it looks like you can do the grapes too, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
trying to
it.
see.
I
Yeah, don't
love
know.
it.
Oh,
I love it. That
Okay.
paint is great. Those soft goods.
that was a different
Look at
hand
that.
holding the plate, though.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the
maybe
hand.
just the
Oh, there we
dumpling
go.
one.
He does have 2 hands.
But look at it.
Yeah, I
Look at
think-
the detail. Great detail.
Yeah, it might be just the bowl and the rat that have like the hole for the peg, and then the plate's probably just something you have to balance on there. I think. I don't know.
But 4
Yeah,
arms. Wow,
very
that's cool. We can pose him with 4 arms.
And the
Yeah.
other thing I like about it is that I could pair him up. I could put him in a world with McFarlane figures because McFarlane is like 7, and you know he's an elephant, so he's going to be a little bit bigger, but he'll pair up better with McFarlane than he will with Marvel Legends. That's for sure.
This is 6-inch, right?
Yeah, 12 scale.
6-inch scale. Yeah.
Oh,
This
that's
is,
6 inch. I thought it was
Well, no,
9.
it's like 4 Horsemen Mythic Legions are
like-
typically 12 scale, but this figure stands at just over 9
this
inches.
one's. Oh yeah, this one's.
Yeah,
this
that's
is-
why I was saying
yeah.
that way you
Wow.
can pair it up with. I compare that up with McFarlane figures. Yeah, for sure.
Also, it's like $70, right?
Yeah, it's 70. Yeah, USD. Yep.
That's
yeah.
a good price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Only thing with just to mention
Yeah.
something with Michael said on Legends, Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
I can't take nothing away from him. Their Punisher looks real good.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that John Bernthal. Yep.
Yeah, but
that stuff was good.
Yep.
yeah, but
It's
they're
great
not.
sculpt.
Their quality doesn't meet up to their constant prices. They're raising their prices. Now that Ultimate Spider-Man is a complete and total piece of crap bull ripoff. But anyway,
we'll see that for those streams. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going in that price.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be 20, 25,
man,
now 30, 35.
Yeah,
or
whatever.
just a figure. No accessories, no nothing.
No,
Just a figure itself.
yeah.
But I'm waiting to see, and I think they might do it. Hot Toys do a Punisher.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll see.
if I can find a good enough Punisher, I'll get it from anybody. I don't care.
Yeah. Anyone got any other thoughts on this 4 Horsemen Ganesha?
Well, it's
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah.
It's in my cart. I gotta get some more information tomorrow, hopefully from the leasing agent. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it. I'd like to get it, and they sell out quick. Four Horsemen, they don't play around. That stuff sells.
Yeah.
They might have extra sales to get this later on, like next week.
Okay.
Also,
Yep.
they also will say, "Hey, it's up on BBTS, different color clothes or whatever. You can pre-order it for later too."
Don't they have something like buy-in or something like all in kind of deals that you go in there and it says, yeah, I want all in, so you get like the whole series or whatever they're.
Oh no, sir.
That's for the mythic and cosmic legions, like the wave.
The whole wave. You get the whole wave.
You have to pre-order. You
Yeah.
have to put your money up front, and then
No.
No.
Never.
There is
never ever pre-order. Never.
There's there is an all-in option with this. They usually do that with the Figura Obscura waves or figures. They have.
No.
I don't know if that's what you're referring to, TJ Mike, but where they put in like there's like a coffee mug, a pen, and then is it like a shirt econ or what else did I throw in there with that?
The main thing was the mug that that they come with. They come with like extra little was like
Kind of like a loot
coasters,
crate
like-
type of thing situation.
Yeah.
They don't have that many of them because I know they sell out of those pretty quickly, and they're just little tchotchkes. But that would be all in package.
Themed around like whatever the figure is. That's what those.
Like when they have the whole wave, and then this is.
I see. Yeah.
Instead of going one by one, you said, "No, I'm all in. I want all."
Oh no.
Oh no,
That is a no in my
Figure
world.
Obscura is usually like one character. It's for like a special holiday or an event, and you drop one like they say on Friday they usually say, "Hey, get ready for tomorrow for this figure," and then
Yeah.
Saturday they drop the pre-order.
Well, I'm not a completionist, so I pick and choose my figures. I don't go in for all in on any line.
Yeah, and again, this is not a line. It's just like Figure Obscura is different. They just like center around random things, holidays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you don't have to get all of them because they're not really related to each other. So they all have their unique looks and everything.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice to hear.
Yeah, they're usually like figures or characters based on some sort of like folklore or mythology or something.
Yeah, deities and such.
Yeah.
That's what he is. That's the term I wanted to use. He's a deity of the Indian faith. Yes.
Yeah, like the deity of like obstacles, I think, or something like that.
Well, he for them, be like any other religions. They have like the Greeks and the Romans have their gods and stuff. You got same thing.
Yeah. I gotcha.
I like their skeletons, how they do that line. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, they're the ones that do the skeletons. Yes, right. I've seen those.
Yeah, one of them. I know there's a lot of figures now doing skeletons.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone got any other thoughts on Ganesha?
No, it's really cool, and hopefully he'll be coming home to Daddy soon. We'll see.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing photos of that, Michael, when you get
there.
I
have not ordered a figure at all this year. I've still got a two here that I've yet to show off, but at the present time, because I don't think I'm going to be displaying anything at this point, as a matter of fact, I might have to start boxing up the figures.
Yeah.
Oh, we will see. We will see.
Good luck with that, man. I do not envy you.
Here's the beautiful. Wait, let me tell you something. Here's the beautiful thing about it. The place that I'm moving to, I can literally walk to it from here. So when I'm moving, I don't have that. I go from one place to the other in like less than 10 minutes.
Oh, cool.
So you have to box everything up still, though, right?
Yeah, but it's not like I'm driving a long distance.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just the boxing up part.
A lot of times that long distance takes up the time where you could be, putting things away and stuff. I'm 5 minutes away from if I get this place, so it's like drop stuff off, come right back, drop, boom, boom. So we'll see.
Here you go. Beam's like, order it already, damn it.
Yeah, well, and if it gets lost in the mail, you'll pay for it because I don't trust any of these companies.
Insurance covered by SB.
Stuff gets lost all the time.
Don't hold me to that. Yeah.
I am not going to trust the post office on this. No.
All right, gentlemen, we did it. We got through it.
We
got through all of them. I know, just a little over 3 hours. I want to thank you all again. I appreciate you spending your Sunday with me again because of everything that's going on and what's going on today specifically, especially for you, Equan. Again, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you also. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of the day, man.
Yeah.
Wishing you the best. We'll run the clock. We'll just start with Equan. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to shout out?
Oh yeah, you can catch us on Small Talk from the Collecting Weekly Network. We're on every other week, so we just had a stream this Thursday. So we'll be back not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that, and we just cover stuff. Usually anything smaller than 1/6 scale. So the 6-7 inch figures and 3.75 and stuff like that. So stay tuned, I guess. In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping us posted because I look for that show and it's kind of like, are they here this week? Are they here? Now you tell me it's bi-weekly. So I'll keep an eye on it.
We alternate. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Collecting Weekly, friend of the channel. So check out again that friend of the channel section and you'll see their link there to their YouTube channel. And they have a bunch of shows there. So I know it gets kind of confusing because they have a bunch of different live streams that they cover different topics and Small Talk is one of them. And so, be sure to check them out bi-weekly on Thursdays, you said, right, Equan? Just confirming Thursdays?
Yeah. Yes. Specifically for smaller figures than 1/6. And again, we cover all the scales on different shows. So it depends on which show you're watching.
Yep. There you go. Well, Equan, thanks again, man. Appreciate your time. Seriously, appreciate it, especially on this special day. Yeah, for sure, man. Anytime you're able to, just let me know.
Will do.
Michael Elliott, a.k.a. Figure in a Bubble. Sir, let the people know what you got going on.
Yeah, Figure in a Bubble on YouTube. Please subscribe. I'm building out a network in the beginning stages. I'm calling it Bubble TV. So you guys have seen the first show on the network, Moose and Me. Now that I found out that I may be relocating, I still plan on, hopefully we'll have another Moose and Me in May. So that's coming up. Also coming up on Bubble TV is the Collector Connector, which will be a semi-interview, get-to-know show of different folks in the six-scale community. That's right. I recently did an interview with X-Man. Once again, as a result of possibly relocating, I wanted to post that interview this month, but it may have to wait over until May until I get relocated. But that'll be, like I said, it's already been videotaped, so that'll be coming up soon on Bubble TV on the Figure in a Bubble network. And once again, you can find me every Monday on S-Beam's channel, Figure Collector's Figure, along with my man up here, Blue Tattoo. Yeah, every Monday you can see me there with my straitjacket on, along with the other maniacs. And you guys have a good one. Oh, and happy 420.
Yes, sir. Yep. Again, thank you, Michael, another friend of the channel. And just as similarly, you can find his link to his YouTube channel in the friends of the channel section. So thank you again, Michael. Much appreciated.
Yeah, now I'll keep you guys in, I'll try and get off like early, like when these shows are going to be on, because they're only going to be on once a month so far right now. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when also real quick, when he's mentioning X-Men, he's talking about X-Men Supreme. And I'm sure some of you've seen the some of my streams. He's been a guest on here, and he's also a guest sometimes on Collector's Figure. I'm sure
and some people call him Dave, but he's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's everywhere. I'm sure you've seen him. Yeah, guy with the hat, cowboy hat.
Yeah, X-Men Supreme.
Yeah, X-Men Supreme. Yeah. Blue Tattoo. Thank you again, my guy. Anything you want to plug? Anything you got coming up? I'm sure you do.
Yeah, we're live tomorrow on Collector's Figure on my brother's channel. In the meantime, like and subscribe to Feezy. Let's get him up there in the subscribers, and like on the way in or out, doesn't matter, just as long as it happens. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, because I know I'm bad at that, but yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, found it informative, entertaining, whatever it is, appreciate the thumbs up. If you have constructive criticism, by all means, you can hit the thumbs down button. Just let me know. I just ask if you do that, just let me know, please, where I can improve, because I'm always open to improving and getting better. I know that's a constant process. I never want to get stale. So yeah, let me know. I'm open-minded. Again, constructive criticism, let me know. But thanks again, Blue. Appreciate that, man. Always appreciate the support and love that you guys and Collector's Figure crew always throw my way. So much appreciated, man.
Yeah, buddy.
And last but not least, Tijuana Mike. My guy, thank you again for joining us. It was finally a pleasure having you on the stream. Anything you want to plug? Anything you got coming up?
Now, first thing, I just want to thank you for inviting me to the stream. And we'll get to stream with all these fine gentlemen and everything, get a good conversation. I really enjoy the mixture of, 1/6, 1/12, all this other stuff, and what's coming out, what we collect and everything else. So it's refreshing to go down that avenue. So for me, I think I'll be with Bean, I'll be with Blue and Michael tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
And then on Friday with Gio.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I got that going on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Gotcha.
And I thank them also because they invited me. It's a whole new world for me.
Right? Yeah.
You have come into the fold, and you've done it seamlessly, my friend.
Yeah. It seems like all the years I've been watching, and watching the TV, watching you guys, now it just sucked me into the TV. Now I'm in there.
But the coolest thing is, man, when you told me you saw me on Robert Meyer Burnett's show.
Yes,
dude. We you and I, even though we didn't talk, I'm sure we probably passed words in the chat. But Dude, we go further back than man. We go back 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's a bit. That's about that. About that time.
Yeah, awesome.
It's a great community, and I enjoy it so much. So thank you so much for everybody.
Yeah, man. Here. I'm always glad to see people who are in the chat come in front of the camera and talk figures. Join us in talking figures, right? And that offer goes 6 cents to anybody out there in the community who want to kind of get in front of the camera and you're not too, you're willing to, I should say. Definitely no pressure, but if you're willing to and to chat with us, be sure to reach out to any of us because we're all pretty welcoming.
You know what the 6 scale community is?
What's that?
6 degrees from Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, just 6. Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. We say Equan?
No, that is true. Like what Michael was saying.
It's a small. It's smaller than you think.
Yeah, it's much smaller.
Yeah, it is. And then like what we touched on in the beginning, those it gets even smaller when you consider those who collect both scales. Like we mentioned here, even it's like a niche within a niche, right? And then you can go from different genres and types of figures from there. And so, I was in the similar situation. I was listening and watching it, YouTubers, and then I wanted something I wanted to do myself. Granted, this is still a small channel, and so I'm still growing in all aspects. But I'm glad I got to engage further and do this with you guys and chat with you all and talk with everybody and meet you guys here. You guys are an example and others that aren't on here on the stream, but met a lot of great people. And I know that's a common thing. And so it is true, man. I talk to you guys on a daily. So yeah, it's awesome. Definitely awesome. Great. And as for me, got me throw this up here real quick. This Saturday, April, 26th? Yeah, it's right here. April 26th, I'll be on Más o Menos going head to head with Ben Thomas. So for those of you that don't know, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, this is hosted by 16 Fix and Jose G. Hernandez. But it's going to be on 16 Fix's channel. So again, that link is in the description. That link is in Friends of the Channel section of 16 Fix channel. So that'll be on there.
What are you battling about?
Have you not seen Más o Menos before?
I don't believe I caught this particular segment of his show.
Gotcha. No, so it's basically so the first part of it is like kind of what we typically do, discuss figures, and the last part of it will be like Shark Tank. It's like a kind of simulation.
Oh, I know you brought this up, but you brought it up, but I've never seen this. Okay, I will definitely try and check this out. For sure. Yeah, this will be the 4th episode. There's 3 prior. You can go watch some of. I think Gio was on the last one, and he went up against. I think it was 16 Figure Focus. I believe. Maybe I'm misremembering. I forget who he went up with. But he will actually be on here as well. Gio, since he won. Oh, spoilers! Since he won the previous one, he's going to be a guest judge on this one. And so I won't give away what I'm working on, what my figure will be, but I will pitch a figure. Ben's gonna pitch a figure, and then we basically, everyone has to vote and see who has the best, what they think is the best overall, whatever that is to you, best figure, best presentation, or whatever. But yeah, this Saturday, April 26, 2025, 9 a.m. Pacific. What is that? 12 p.m. Eastern. So tune in if you're free and available. If not, there's always a replay. It should be fun though. I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Aside from that, Hot Talk as usual. I don't have anything scheduled this week. There hasn't really been any major news that I was really kind of itching to talk about with Hot Toys this week. So I don't know if I'll do one. But as usual, right? I know I'm not really consistent. So just kind of keep it locked. And of course, subscribe to get those notifications if you want to get informed or notified when I do schedule a stream. Or you can check out my social media, Instagram, Facebook. I post up my stories of when I'll have my next stream. So keep a locked on those if you want to be notified as well. So a couple of places you can get notified. But either way, I appreciate you all for the support. Thank you for those who are watching this whole stream. And again, I thank you for your time on this day specifically, because I know there's a lot going on. There's other stuff you could have been doing. So much appreciated. As always, any support that you provide me is always appreciated. Much love to you all. And again, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good one. You too. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace. Take care.
Lively up yourself. Lively up yourself, man.
Treat yourself. Yeah. Man. There it is. All right. Treat yourself. See y'all.
Happy 420, you guys.